What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? I did not think you were going to be late, Hotshot. What's up, guys, though? How you guys doing today? First Friday of the year. Man, I can't believe you're already back to... Oh, hey, there we go. We're going to get like a super high crit damage Endure rune because that's what I've been dreaming of all my life, guys. I've always wanted a 29 crit damage Endure rune. Oh, why am I even still rolling this? Like, seriously, why haven't I sold this yet? I don't know. I guess it's stream content. We'll figure out... why haven't I sold this yet? I don't know. And it does actually freaking roll crit damage. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Seriously, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Tilted at Guild War, Balefire? What comp did you lose to, bro? Yeah, like legitimately, what do I do with this thing? I have no idea. No speed gems either. Eh, whatever. And it maxes. Oh, okay. There's a rune for you anyway, guys. That's something. That's a rune. Yeah, with 0 speed, bro. I mean, even if I gem in speed, yeah, I don't see that one ever being. Yeah, I don't see that rune ever being used. I'll sell it eventually, I'm sure. It'll sit in my inventory for a year. First of all, I don't use broken sets. Like, even my Bastet's no longer on a broken set. Even Bastet is on Will. Yeah, I'm sure it'll honestly, like, wind up in some random... Actually, this is a sell. Is this a sell? Maybe if it rolls speed here, we keep it. I guess I'm stuck with that one. Arcana, Raccoon Covenant. Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't need an Endure rune on there. I wouldn't need the Broken rune either. I'm sure I've got higher crit damage runes on slot 5. I think I have higher rage crit damage runes on slot 5, honestly. I can't do anything with that. Okay. I guess that's it. Let's see. Now I'm curious, actually. What are my highest crit damage runes? Oh, that actually is my highest slot 5. I got a 24 and a 20. But you guys know how much I love crit damage. Oh wait, no, that wasn't equipped though. There we go. Oh, it still is the highest. Okay. I got a 27 crit damage determination rune and a 26 crit damage rage rune. There you go. But see, I would use this rune over this rune every day of the week. Because this has the flat attack, it has some speed, and more importantly, it's part of a set. 25 crit damage rune on a Triana. It's not grinded either. Huh. Alright, let's see if we can tilt Balefire a little bit more by doing our Guild War. Alright guys, so this was fun yesterday. I'm going to give you, we're going to do, you know what, first one is, let's do shout out to the 2 mods that are here. Papa Panda and Shmoo, I need you each to give me one monster and I'll build a comp around that monster, as long as it's ruined. Oh! Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rom. Is that fixed? Nope, a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I see an Annabelle. Oh, well, that's a freaking freebie. Okay. You're facing us, huh? Okay, how's my defense doing then? My defense sucks. You know what? Actually, hold up. Why don't we do this? Oh, the bot is not on. Yes, good call. The bot is on now. Okay, so Papa Panda, are you here? Are you going to give me a rune to build a comp on? The Annabelle one was a freebie right here. This is a legit freebie because Annabelle is literally built to counter this. Well, good. You guys can tell me then how that change works if the Kinky is better than the Miho there. I need less monsters, guys. I need less monsters. It's so hard to ever find anything now. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? What's up, Axe? Alright, I think Papa Panda stepped away, so the first monster I see... Hey Light V, how you doing? First monster I see someone type into chat, we'll build a comp around it if we can. We've won them all, I believe, Hotshot. Covenant. Auto loss. Thank you, sir. Oh, rip. There is no way I can build a Covenant comp. But I did say that I would try the first monster I saw, so... Guaranteed loss here. Okay. Wow, that's cold, man. That's cold. Now, I said I would go with the first one I saw. We got to figure out how to protect the Covenant here. This is legit an auto loss right here. I don't know. Huh. Wait, I got it. I got it. No, that won't work. That won't work. Never mind. I actually don't think Monty is ruined. Bro, Covenant, man, you you busted me good on that one. Oh, rip. How the hell do you protect a Covenant without will runes going into a Ciara Clara? She's got to be a resistance Triana. Mosquitoes still flying around this room. They like the lights. They like the lights for YouTube, so they get attracted into the green room. Huh. Maybe? Do I have a Triana that's faster than the Ciara? I think I actually have a faster Triana. $221, $198. I wish you could at least search by monster in this menu. It's it's so hard to find anything. Here we go. 233. 233. The Ciara is in front, right? 237 with the 24. I don't think I make up 4-speed difference. Okay. All right. You busted me, sir. There's no way. I can't envision any comp where I can win this without just getting lucky RNG. I brought the wrong comp, guys. I brought the wrong comp on top. Wow. That was supposed to be a Triana, not a Lauren. I was so focused on the freaking Covenant on the bottom, I blew the one on top. Oh my god. Oh, that's a rip. That is a rip. All right, let me surge in front. Okay, let's take your attack bar. Okay, I gotta push you back. I gotta push you all the way back. Gotta keep you pushed back. No, no, no! Okay, okay, okay. Gotta take your attack bar, right? And that's GG. Yeah. Well, we actually won the one that I thought I had no chance at. We won the one I thought I had no chance at. All right, so there you go. We win the one we should have lost. We lose the one that we could have won. I should have lost it because I brought the wrong comp, but I could have won it. All right, next two monsters I see in chat will be our next one. Oh yeah, easy. All you need is a clutch violent proc, sir. 22% chance. If the Triana doesn't proc, it's over. Magnum. So we just used Annabelle. She's gone, Shmoo. So two of you actually said Magnum. So it's Magnum Carnal. So we got to use Magnum Carnal. Okay. I might be able to use the Magnum here. Okay, Fluffy is Fluffy. Fluffy is Fluffy. Let's keep that one in mind. Magnum would be better here. Carnal's going to be terrible there, though. Okay. Okay, so I can use the Magnum here. I think this is the one. Okay. Oh, Magnum's out. Okay. Bring you here. And then we need the Carnell. Alright, so for the top, first and foremost, I'm going to need some sort of cleanse to deal with the Rika and the Iris stuns. I think probably just a Lulu would be okay for the top one. Which Lulu is better? 99 plus 109, mediocre stats. Yeah, this Lulu is better. Okay, so we'll take this. Unfortunately, I think the Lulu is slower, much slower than the Carnell, but we'll make that work. We'll make that work. Okay. And then I am going to need more damage than the Carnell. Maybe just the defense break and let the Carnell do his thing on the damage, right? Kind of thinking a Galleon here, honestly. Let me see if my Galleons can take a Ciara Bomb, though. I don't know if either of them is tanky enough to take the Ciara Bomb. Suki has no will runes. 20k is not enough. What about you? No, neither of them can survive a Ciara Bomb. Okay. You know what? Vigor. Vigor would do it. He gives me a little extra sustain. You can defense break over here. The Ciara is going to be hard to deal with on this one, but I think we can outlast. I think we can outlast because the Ciara is going to bomb out the Vigor. It gives me time to deal with the Carnell. There's more debuffs this way for the Iris to strip. We get some crit resist, so I think that'll work on top. Now, for the bottom here, so we're going to use the Magnum. The catch here is the Magnum's going to have to go into the Triana. So I'm going to need something for that Carcano to tank. I'm going to need something to tank the Carcano, and I'm also going to need something to tank the Kamoon. So I need two separate tanks here. Oh, he's not runed. Probably this Harmonia can tank the Vigor. Okay, so Vigor should go first. Vigor goes into the Harmonia. Carcano defense breaks the Harmonia. Magnum goes into the Triana. There's not enough damage here. I think we gotta use this. And then maybe... what else can we do that'll give us some, like... Ooh. Could go with Triana, but I could also take a Resistance Fang. Not this one, I need the other one. I need the Resistance Fang. Although I don't know because the Resistance Fang is nowhere near as good a runes. So he's 16k and 1900. He's 15k and 1800, but with the res. I think we're going to use the non-Resistance Fang. So we're going no immunity over here. Those defense breaks are going to wreck us. We're basically just going to try and get ahead and kill the Triana before he kills me. Because that's the only thing the Magnum can attack here. The Magnum can't attack the Carcano because it'll just protect. What's up, Dracobs? How you doing, man? Oh, that was a nice resist. That was a really nice resist. Alright, so we do this. Let's get on you. Oh, that was a not nice missed defense break. But we'll do this. What's up, Trendy? How you doing, man? Long time no see. That was a nice proc. Oh, that was a nice proc too. RNG for the win, baby. RNG for the win. Although I think this wins either way, but the RNG definitely favored me. Watch, CR drops like 10 bombs right now. Ah, there you go. I'm gonna get soloed by the Iris. Okay, I think we can auto out from here. Alright, this is the much tougher one. Yeah, like 12,000 damage. That's not good. It's a tanky Triana too. Okay, dead Magnum. Not a dead Fang yet. You know what? I have no choice here. I have to. Ooh, that was not good. Okay. Yeah, the Magnum was always going to be tough. Oh, you know what? It's more important to take the kill right here. No, don't counter me. All right, I'll counter you. Can we kill? No! Okay. Oh, that was close. Okay. I might actually get this now. What's up, Perk? How you doing, man? Dude. That's what I get for not bringing the Resistance Fang, I guess. Dude, chill, Vigor, chill. Oh my, how many times is this Triana gonna sleep me? Wow. Wow, that Triana slept me like 4 or 5 times in a row. And then the Vigor lands the defense break, of course. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I did make the choice not to bring in the Resistance Fang. That probably was the difference right there. If I bring in the Resistance Fang, I might have had a chance. Shizuka may or may not be ruined. I'll have to check. Let's see. I really hope... I can actually do something with her. She's not the worst thing. I can do something with her. Okay, she is actually ruined. So we can use the Shizuka. And Gemini. Okay, Gemini is going to be tough. Gemini is going to be tough. We can try the Gemini on the bottom. $297. Okay. Gemini, what do I have that's going to be around that speed? Obviously the light Chun-Li, I think she's tuned. Galleon's going to be too slow though. I don't really think I have anything that runs in between those two except for maybe like an Orion. Now even the Orion would be behind. Yeah, Galleon's 271. He's too slow. What's up, Demas? How you doing, man? Okay, and then the top one, that was Shizuka, right? So I think we can actually do this. So I need 3 monsters without will runes. That I don't really have. How about this? He can soak up a Ciara bomb, right? Do I have a Galleon that does not have will runes? Okay, he's got will. And he's got will. Got the water Chun-Li? No, she's got will. Dracobs, I mean, generally speaking, you're going to want a stripper with the Seema. You could run an Aquila if you don't have a Chiwu. He does not have will. Sierra Gianna, so you guys told me to use Shizuka. How do we use Shizuka here? I feel like I need to outspeed, but the Shizuka's just not going to do anything, man. Can I get away with using a Halphus here? Maybe? What about Halfus, Triana, Shizuka, and then I just pass the bombs back? That Josephine's gonna wreck me, though. Man, Shizuka. I actually thought that I could do something with Shizuka, but I really can't. Well, not on this team. Alright, maybe over here. Maybe I can do something. Yeah, I can do something with Shizuka over here. Okay. What about this one? Ooh, okay, so we got a Vivishell. I can use the Shizuka on this one. Yeah, I think, okay, we can do it over here. We can do it over here. So we're gonna go Gemini, Light Chun-Li for the bottom. And then maybe just Poseidon. So I think there's a chance I just actually outspeed. How fast is he? 235. The Poseidon is faster. Oh, the Belenus. Belenus is gonna be faster still. Yeah, let's do the Belenus. That's going to be the fastest I think I can put down there. Although he won't do anything if the Wusa cuts. He won't do anything if the Wusa cuts. So, what about... just Cocky? He's pretty fast, right? 269? Yeah, that gives me a chance. Okay, that'll work for the bottom. And then for the top, we need to use Shizuka here, but now I feel like we can actually do a Gani Shizuka. I'm gonna need a strip. I need a stripper that can also, like, actually do something. What stripper can do something? Praha, Juno, but... Ooh, okay, actually, you know what? Praha. Praha will give me sustain, and then she'll give me some dots that I can stack on the enemy team. Is she runed? Is she runed? I don't think she is. She's runed in RTA, but she may not be runed in the game. Verisa. You know what? Verisa, that's actually not a bad call. But I'm going to have no sustain against that Vivishell Tyrannus. And I have no immunity. I don't think we can use the Gani here. Let's do this. If we do this... Got it. I got it. Ethna. So we do this. Does Ethna... Oh, well, the crit rate leads Arena anyway. Let's do this. Okay, I think we got it. Verisa was a good call, Chad, but I didn't have a full comp there. I think the Ethna is going to work better.
If you want to be great, start by cultivating compassion. For example,
Alexa, stop. How do I beat my Guild War defense? You can probably just Lucian it. Oh, you know what? I think the Jean right now... Oh, no! Okay, okay. Can we do any damage here? I didn't think so. Okay. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. We can try my defense after this. I don't know that Shizuka actually did anything here. This was basically just an Ethna solo. But we did win with Shizuka. It really was pretty much just an Ethna solo right there. Oh, that kind of hurt. On the other hand, that wasn't bad. Alright, let's see. So how would I beat my defenses? Well, for this first one, I would just do this. For the second one, I would probably do this, but I would change this for a Juno. I think this will work. Ileana is better and worse than Pontos. She's better than Pontos. Her skill 2 is better than Pontos. Skill 3 is obviously better for Pontos. Dude, you proc a lot, man. How come you don't proc that much on offense? Damn, that Savannah's like 3 times going. Alright, alright. Hey, there we go. My turn. My turn. I got a few procs in there too, to be fair. Oh, I can show you the Vela. Yeah, I'll show you the Vela right after this. No, I'm sure there's... I mean, this was just the first one that I tried. Now, the second one, I'm curious if this will work. Let's try and soften you a little. Yeah, that was too easy. That was too easy. I actually might need to change that defense up, man. That's way too easy. For the first one, I think you can also just Lucian this one. Try 2-moning your defenses. We can try that. Nope, I guess you can't. You can't Lucian this one. Okay. Oh, you could Kali it, though. Let's see if this is consistent. Because the Ethna did derp last time, to be fair. Would I have done that in a real match? No. I would not have done that. I would not have done that in a rated match. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, this is too easy. Oh! He passed the bomb back on me, huh? Okay. Alright, well, we'll use that as a heal. Ooh, Kinky survived. Ah, oh, nice despair stun. Hernan, I've done a bunch of videos on that. It'd be a long question to answer on stream. The shortest answer I can give you is I ask myself if the rune can be better than the worst rune in my inventory. Anytime I can take the worst rune in my inventory and upgrade it, then I would keep it. So I just dropped some links to several different rune videos in chat. You might want to check those out. Alright, let's see if there's a free-to-play we can give you guys here. Probably you could just use Miho Triana on the top. I almost feel like you could tomb on this with Miho Triana. Probably need a runed Triana though. Yeah, probably want our Triana to have runes. And for the bottom, something different. I mean, you could also just outspeed it probably. What's up, Comfort Law? How you doing, man? Alright, there you go. You can match that one, right, Numa? You don't have to summon anything for that, bro. So there you go. This is an easy win for you guys. You guys all have these monsters. I'm sure you can take these in. If you don't have a built Miho, that's just your bad, bro. I got nothing else to tell you on that one. That's just straight up your bad. Un poquito, un poquito. Wow, he wouldn't die there. I guess I shouldn't have given up so easily. Gracias. Gracias, just kill me. Interesting. Yeah, there you go, guys. Easy defenses. Easy defenses. What's my Carcano build look like? Oh, so I got to show the Veligul as well. So here we go. Let's see. Where's Jason? Okay, so here's the Carcano. And here's the Veligul. Alright, so you want me to try and tomb on your defenses. I think the one I have is the new one, right? If the one I have is the new one, I like it. Tomb on your defenses. That's kind of tough. So for the top, I think for the top we just go with an oldie but goodie. We try a Fang Amelia. But I do want the resistance fang this time. And then for the bottom... I definitely want an Ethna to deal with the Vigor. Maybe Pontos Ethna for the bottom? Kind of relying on a little bit of proc luck here, but we'll try this. Dude, what was up with those procs right there, man? Yeah, that was, I don't know if I want to count that one, man. You also landed the freaking, first of all, you took 3 turns, and you landed the defense breakthrough max res. That was a little cheesy. Yeah, Ethna's just a turn cycling machine. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Like the humiliation. Ah, that's just the random one. All right, we're gonna try this one more time because I do think the Fang should have worked on top also. I think you just got lucky with the RNG there. All right, how much freaking accuracy does your Carcano have? That's the second defense break he landed. We're gonna have to check your Carcano, see how much accuracy he actually has. And he lands another defense break on top of it, bro. All right, if your Carcano has less than 50, I'm gonna call foul. I don't think this could actually win. Oh, well, definitely can't win when she goes into human form. Okay, forget it. All right. Well, all right. Let's see if we can do this here. Chill with the procs. Chill with the procs. Hey, no, don't proc. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Man, I cannot defense break your Tessa. I have literally not landed one defense break. Oh, I missed this. That's probably match right there. Getting no stuns. I mean, obviously max res Tessa, but I still have accuracy. Ah, that proc did it. That proc did it, I think. He did 800 damage. Come on. Ooh, passing the Oblivion actually is huge, though. Don't proc out. Thank you. Can we silence? 700 damage. You know what? I think this seems to do more damage. 906. 923. 903. Pillow fight indeed, bro. Okay, so that other was 900. That I didn't see that. Oh, nice. Finally, I procced. Uh-oh, but I procced out of invincibility. Oh, I get to pass the dot. I passed the dot. Goodbye. Okay. So we can definitely get your second team. All right, let's see how much accuracy you have. 42. 42. Iffy, but okay, we'll give that one to you. We'll give that one to you. Was it 1168? All right, so then maybe Emma would do better here than the Amelia. Since you have the accuracy, we're gonna... Oops. We're gonna test it with the Emma. I think we can get it with the Emma. I don't even know what rune. I don't even know if Emma has runes. When was the last time I used her? Ooh, she's even got violent. Okay. 74 accuracy too, because that's what Emma really needs is 74 accuracy. Best runed Emma in the game. Nah, bro, I'm kind of irritated that you killed me on that team 1 both times. .74 accuracy and she still can't land the glancing. Oh, Emma. Glance. Not you. I mean land glancing. Don't glance. Oh, just barely. Okay. So we get one more buff. I don't know, man. This was an Emma showcase right here, wasn't it? Yeah, let's get rid of you. Yeah, this was an Emma showcase, bro. I mean, you guys watched me fail with Amelia 3 times. I come in with Emma, and it's good night. All right, we already beat that one twice. We don't need to do that one again. All right, Axe wants me to do his next. Yeah, that's a Destroy Fang. Fatal Error, it's probably not worth building an Emma. No. Alright, let's see. Axe. What's up, Brandizzle? How you doing, man? Alright. Same team minus the Escher. We could try that there. Bottom one's interesting. Yeah, well, the sniper will always defense break the low HP monster. And the Escher going into the Emma was a 50-50. Alright, I don't know if I can 2-man these. I mean, I can... This'll take the top down every time. I am just going to try this for fun. I don't know if this will work. but I'm curious, so we're gonna try it. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? That needed to go on Vela. That was a misplay. That's why it needed to go on Vela. Because it just gets stripped. Dude, your Savannah's suicidal. Who knew? Oh, that was a clutch ass stun right there. That was such a clutch stun. We gotta go for the defense break. We'll trade the Fang. No! Another clutch stun, bro. Another clutch stun. And a clutch res, but I got the clutch proc. Oh, by 1 HP. By 1 HP. Ooh, you got the clutch stun there too. Okay, that was just like Savannah going crazy right there. That was some lucky procs. No, I can't try. I can't two-man axes, bro. I can't two-man axes. I don't think I'll win this one, actually. I didn't. This one I was really iffy about, though. This one was just me testing. I wouldn't have used this comp if it counted. Yeah, I wouldn't have used this comp if it counted, so... Alright, let's see. Let's try something different for the top this time. Something a little bit safer. You know what? I've never used this dude. Let's use this dude just for fun. You got enough defense, right? Yeah, he's got enough defense. Okay. And then we need a Triana. When in doubt, use Triana. And then probably Mo Long. Nah, Theo. Yeah, Theo should work. Okay. Alright, for the bottom one, the safer play here would definitely be something like this. Oh, I should have changed the Felleria for Amelia, though. I should have changed the Felleria for Amelia. There's a dot there? I don't know if I have enough damage. I don't think I get this. Oh, just barely. Just barely. Okay, Triana can deal with some... Nah, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Alright, can Triana solo Tian Lang? I don't think she can, honestly. I really doubt she can. Because I didn't bring a damaged Triana, and your Tian Lang does not ever miss. Sleep? One time? Resistance. Is that a resistance Tian Lang or what, bro? Oh, the stuns! Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take that. And for right now, we're gonna do that. Let's do that. What's up, Wojo? How you doing, man? Yeah, and this comp would have been a lot safer if I just brought the, if I put in the Amelia over the Felleria. Did it not show in Discord, guys? Because a couple of people said they didn't see notifications. Yeah, it shows in Discord at least. I really haven't, bro. I haven't actually done much with it, to be honest. What's going on, David? How you doing, man? Dude, this Tian Lang defense is freaking sick, man. The Tian Lang defense, what's your log with that? Win, win, loss, loss. Wow, okay. Bunch of losses, but here's some wins. All right, so we're gonna try the Tian Lang defense one more time. This time I'm actually gonna like not use a set comp and not like F around with Malites and stuff. We'll try and do some attribute manipulation. So, we don't want to look at the stats yet. I don't want to know the stats. Yeah, I think Jolton maybe. If Malite was good, I wouldn't have gotten wrecked so hard right there. It's not 300, I'm sure of that. Jolton. Gotcha, Axe, okay. I think we could do this. Yeah, that should work on that should work there. And then for this one, just drop in the Amelia so that it's a proper comp and it's a lot safer. I mean, I show my runes all the time, but and obviously the important thing here is don't use the skill 2 with Carnell. Just do that. There you go, X. So this is probably like, if I was actually facing you in Siege, I would have done something a lot more like that. Like actually spent my time thinking it through and not just being lazy. Okay, let's do this. You know what, let's just get rid of you. That's fine. Click your mouse harder. There you go. I thought you were saying to like double click your mouse, so I was thinking you were an American Pie fan, but you know, whatever works. The Joltan runes are just throwaway runes. He doesn't need anything special. I'll show him again after this, but he doesn't need anything special. Oh, did you get the Molong? Almost. Okay, we're gonna have to, even if it's just like 1,000 HP or something. Dude, this Ciara won't die. There we go. That was just for fun. I wonder if I can actually kill this guy. Well, yeah, I can, because all I have to do is wait till I stack, right? I like him on Revenge, but yeah, you can use him on literally anything. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here's the Jolton that I used. So he was double Revenge Shield and like legit just no special runes, no skill up, nothing. So he really doesn't have to be anything special. He's just tanking right there. The Triana you've got in there is basically just your death prevention, just in case the Carcano got a big hit on the Jolton. And then the Carnal is obviously the one that's driving the damage on that team. But the thing is, you cannot use the skill 2 on the Carnal against the Tian Lang, because that actually procs the Tian Lang. All right, anybody else, I guess anybody else in Aces want me to hit their defenses? Yeah, just triple HP subs. I mean, he really doesn't even need to be all that fast, because if you've got him on the Revenge, he'll get you the defense breaks through the Revenge. Yeah, we definitely need to improve this defense. This defense, the Pontos just isn't very good, right? Let me see. I'm probably losing. Actually, I need to improve both these defenses. They're terrible. I don't know whether I need to re-up the Despairs. I mean, for you, it might not hurt. It just depends on how many. It depends on the targets, bro. It really depends on the targets more than anything else. Let's see. That's a no-go. That's a no-go. That's a no-go. Okay, so I really don't have anything set right now. Let's see what SSA is running. Oh, they're not going to show us, are they? I do want you to have everything at plus 12. What's up, Ryu? How you doing, man? You don't have to clean it up. I just want you to have everything at plus 12. Oops. Come on. Alright, so first of all, I probably should just run the Belinus. He does much better on that defense. We run the Belinus there. What about, like... No... What about Carcano? You know what? This is interesting. What about Carcano Bastet Kinky? Probably not enough kill potential there. I think you could just out-tank that. Because there's no strip there. Yeah, there's no strip, so you would just out-tank it. Or you just watch Bastet Derp. Same difference. Well, you don't really want to put 4-star defenses in Guild Despair. What's up, JC? How you doing, man? Hey, alright. First of all, let's try this. Let's drop the Ryu. Let's do Carcano Savannah Iris. Oh, yeah. You could be waiting on the GPU for a minute. You could be waiting on the GPU for a minute, but congratulations on that. Can you put with Kinky? Ooh, what about Tyrannus? What about, like, Tyrannus? Tyrannus, and then I need some sort of sustain? Or I could do a Ritesh here. Still need some sort of sustain. Tomsu, I'm not sure what you're asking about, bro. Bro, nice, Ryu. Congrats on the C2, man. That's honestly really sick. I wonder if this would screw enough people up, because it lacks sustain, but it does have the Huadam. Might just confuse people, though. Never mind, it also lacks Strip. Because I was thinking of putting Juno in there, but without the Juno, it lacks Strip. Let's do this. That'll work for now. Let's see how that does for a few days. I don't think it's a very good defense, but we'll see how it does for a few days. Do I think you should switch over to Giants? I think you, honestly, I think you need more depth in your Violent Runes. Unless, well, you're switching to turn 1. So if you're switching to turn 1, then yeah, you should be on Giants. But I think you need more depth on your Violent Runes. What's my rank in RTA right now? 2207. I got freaking wrecked. I was G2, and then basically I just dropped straight to like C3 and a couple of like 40 wings I dropped from G2 to C3. I pulled Kinky a couple of days ago, Hotshot. He hasn't really done much for me. You can totally tell the nerf. Like I was kind of excited to get him, but at the same time I was like, I know the nerf probably destroyed him. There's a reason you don't see him anymore. And so I've tried using him a bunch, and yeah, he was over nerfed. So he's situational at best. Man, he's gonna freaking bring a Juno, which means I'm gonna get wrecked by the Juno. But if I bring a Juno, it does nothing against this team. Poseidon. Is there a Gianna coming here? There's a freaking Gianna coming, isn't there? There's almost definitely a Gianna coming. And he's got the Verd. If I do this, how do I deal with the freaking Ciara? Let's try this. Nah, Diana would get destroyed here, bro. Gotta bomb the Lulu. Yeah. It's the only play. Question is that a violent bird or not? It's actually the bird I want to get rid of. Damn! Really couldn't get the bird. Couldn't get the bird, huh? What's up, Rosar? How you doing, man? Trying to recover an RTA after I got completely just bum rush wrecked. Huh. Ha 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 ha. This is the problem. Control has come back, and I just can't counter control. Bro, congrats, man. That fits your team so well. Does it have good stats beyond that? Ban the Leo or the Ryu? With the Ganny there, he may still ban the Ryu. Ah, I guessed wrong. I guessed wrong. Okay. That is really unfortunate. Let's do that. Yeah, Ryu never does anything, man. I don't know why you would kill the Ryu there. Oh. I really need to de-rune the Ryu. No, John, Ryu never misses a strip on a turn 1 team. He just really doesn't do anything on a turn 2 team, man. Like, he wrecks me if I draft him, and he wrecks me if I face him. Chroma, huh? Chroma's a good option right there. My Leo is actually double will. Double will shield. Oh, that's a really good draft on his part. It's a really good draft on his part. I think the Vivishell gives enough sustain. There's no value in banning. He wins this on the draft, I think. That's a great draft. I mean, obviously it's a luxury to have a Chroma and Vivishell, but still, it's a great draft. Alright, Perk. We'll see you in a bit, bro. I think you mean a good fall. Because I'm having a good fall, not a good climb at the moment. I need this Josephine to proc. That's my dream, is the Josephine procs. Never mind, she was too slow anyway. It's true. I'm moving in one direction or another. Oh, come on. Give me a provoke, bro. Alright. Proc the Josephine. Nope. Okay. She can be really, really good, bro. She can be really, really good. It's just situationally, you got to draft her at the right time. And then she is kind of RNG based. Like if she starts cycling on you, it just never ends. But she does need those procs in order to be like just stupid OP. For Yogun's Ryu, to bring him into Yogun's. I actually just haven't re-runed him since last season, because he never really worked versus Yogun, but I had him on double will for that reason. Hey, welcome back, Andrew. Good to see you back, man. Oh, yeah, she can't do anything to me. What's up, Riz? How you doing, man? Yeah, Fang would have definitely been better than Diana here. Fang is almost always better than Diana. The trick is figuring out when to draft each one. But Fang is usually better than Diana. Alright. Wow. Come on. Are you kidding me? One slow. Good job, bro. Good job. Way to land one slow. Very proud of you. That was awesome. Stun? No. So now we get the immunity again. All I can do is... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. We might have our opening here. I'm actually willing to trade Diana for Josephine here. There's a chance I don't lose the Diana anyway, but I'm willing to make that trade. Yeah, I saved the Diana. Okay. There it is. That was not an easy match. That was not an easy match. That was a tricky match. That was a really tricky match. Use Bale in time trials and lab. Yeah, I haven't ruined my Bale yet, but I think Bale is. I hear a lot of people say they have a lot of fun with Bale. I mean, there's really nothing I can do against a team like this. I'll lose every time. I've tried so many different monsters to counter this team. There's just really nothing that can counter it. Well, no, let me rephrase. I have nothing runed that can counter it. It's not that it can't be countered. I just personally cannot counter it. This is pretty standard, bro. This is the same as last season's meta. It just came back. All the control stuff just came back, basically. Oh, there's a little lucky. That's a little lucky. See, guys, I'm telling you, Ryu never misses a strip. Literally, he seems like the most reliable stripper in the game. I swear. I have not seen like Ryu miss a strip this season. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. I deserve to lose this. I deserve to lose that. That was idiotic. All right. Can I get her? Yeah. That was such a ridiculous novice play. I should have lost that. I deserve to lose that for playing like an idiot, man. I got lucky. How do you change Diana right there? Just totally lost track of the cooldowns. But I got lucky with the RNG too. I mean, getting the double stuns with the... Well, yeah, so that's the reason I banned the Chung. I try and keep his damage down. So the reason I banned the Chung is because he now has no defense break. But I'm still going to lose that fight more often than I'm going to win it. can't get away. Could I get away with Praha here, maybe? No, Anavel. Anavel's going to be... it's too much water. It's too much water. Where's my Vela? Let's do Vela. Fang? Ciara. Let's do Vela Ciara. Now, Antares is the last pick, bro. Otherwise, they bring out the Barbara. If you pick Antares this early, you're going to face Barbara, and then it's just trouble. Ah, got it. Okay, so we do this, and we ban this. By the way, here's the Vela build you were asking about, Mr. Rom. So this is a crit rate Vela, 1650. He's not super well built. He's not a core monster for me. So this will give you a good idea of basically how much damage he can do. Do I want to outspeed here? I think I actually want to outspeed. Yeah, I want to outspeed. He should hit that Jaeger for 8 to 11k, as long as he doesn't miss his crit. He's like 94 crit rate, so he could miss the crit. On defense break, about 20, I think. Shit! Ugh! Did not want that counter there. I think that was 11k, but it was short. This Jaeger's gonna hurt right here. This Jaeger's gonna hurt right here. Is it a dead Fang? Or, sorry, dead Molong, or does he go for the Ciara? Goes for the Ciara, got the counter. Still a dead Ciara, though. I think we can do this right now. Dude, how strong is that freaking... I can't get back in front of him either. I gotta do that. Man, I can't kill him. I can't kill the Jaeger. Ciara was a bad pick here. I needed more damage. The Ciara was just a really bad pick, honestly. My win rate with Ciara this season is probably like 20%. I need to actually just... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to de-rune... Or I'm either going to de-rune her or change her later, but I need to take her out so I don't even see her, because I basically lose with Ciara every time I draft her. She just... And she's a great monster. She just doesn't fit my team. Really, the only time I should ever be drafting Ciara is when they take Gianna. So Potato, I mean, it just depends on the kind of team you run. I don't run a team that synergizes with Ciara because I have almost no strip. So Ciara is going to be a dead pick almost every time. If they run no immunity, they'll ban her, and if they don't run and if they do run immunity, then they let her through, and she's a dead pick. So either way, she just doesn't fit for me. Axe, I basically never run Carnal. Your problem is that you don't run your Carnal on damage build, so he doesn't give you enough. So I was running the Fran here for a while, but the problem is the Fran invites the Juno, and the Juno just absolutely wrecks me. So I'm testing the Triana here now to counter the Molong Lulu. Yeah, honestly, Axe, that's one of... I like a lot of your builds. I think when you rebuilt your monsters, you improved a lot of them, but I just genuinely dislike your... I dislike your Fang, but I know you don't prioritize him. And I dislike the Carnal. I think Carnal should always be built on damage. Either crit damage or crit rate, one or the other, but he needs damage. Do I want the Ethna here? No, I think I want more sustain. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do the Pontos. The runes of my Triana. This is what the Triana looks like. That's actually my counter. Yeah, I use the same counteraxe. Against Ciara, I go Cornell Lulu. You just have to know how to play Fuki. You can't go into Fuki until you're ready to actually deal with him because his damage scales to HP status. So you just don't touch him until you're actually ready to touch him. Man, I gotta slow Triana down. I just noticed that. She's too fast. She should have acted after the Fang. You're gonna go into the cocky, aren't you? Yeah, I'll take the damage on human form Diana. And can we kill? Almost. Oh yeah, we got her. We got her. Yeah. Oh, that's the only way you should ever touch him, bro. That's the only way you should ever touch him. Like I said, you gotta be ready to touch the Fuki. But now that I touched the Fuki, we got to be ready to control him. All right, we're climbing a little bit. We're climbing a little bit. Back and forth, but climbing more than not climbing, I guess. Oh, bro, I always forget that. Thank you, Brozar. Potato, so we have 3 weeks left. It's going to climb at least another 100 points. Last season, I think it was like around 2050 for G1. This season, it's going to be 2050 or 2100 for G1. Oh, are you kidding me? Rocking the Tian Lang that quickly, bro. Rocking the Tian... And he brings the Fran, and I can't bring the Athletic counter unless I want to commit to the Tian Lang ban. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Ganny Beelzebub for right now. Alright. Oki's a great pick right there. Bro, this is not good for me. I think I got outdrafted. Tian Lang's so good, man. Tian Lang is so good. Could I go Juno here? If I go Juno, I have to ban the Molong. I'm in trouble. What if I go Praha? Yeah, Praha here should work. There we go. My Juno is just not well built, I think, Brozar. Like, that's another monster I cannot win with. There's a couple of monsters that beat me every time and I can't win with them. Juno and Wateryu. Basically the two that just I can't win with them and I can't win against them. Oh, rip. Although she's gonna cut anyway, so it didn't matter. But I'm more worried about Molong right now. I got the Diana shield and I got the Praha sustain for the Rika. Let's put these three to sleep. No, don't you dare proc, Fran. Oh. And I missed the Rika again. That's not good. Did I miss a crit? I missed 2 crits. That was so toxic, bro. That was so toxic. He just got everything. He got everything he needed. Landing every stun, every proc. Zero crits. Yeah, can't do much there. Can't do much there. Nah. He just yeah, he had the RNG that match. He had the RNG that match. I mean, honestly, like I said, the Tian Lang just kind of wrecked me, so I do think he won the draft. I don't want to be like that way, you know? I think he actually won the draft, but then he also it was still like maybe a 60-40. Like I think I really had a pretty fair chance, but he just got the RNG. I missed the strips I needed. I missed the sleeps I needed. He got the procs he needed, you know. He just had the RNG. Yeah, exactly like that, Potato. Exactly like that. No immunity this far in. You know what? I think here we can do this, because even if he brings the Juno, I should be able to ban the Juno. Oh. Oh. I want to ban the Daphnis. So if I want to ban the Daphnis, then I think it's either Juno or Tyrannus here. It's got to be the Juno. He's going to get a snipe, though. What's he get the snipe on? The Ethna. If he snipes the Ethna, I probably lose. But if the Ethna survives, I probably win. My Ethna's reasonably tanky, so there's a chance she survives because the Diana's slow. I mean, he's gonna Reckless into the Ethna, and then he'll use his skill 2 on the Carnal. I think the Ethna survives. Hey Ryu, have a good one, man. I'm glad you're having fun, bro. That proc might have cost me the match. Nope, I cut. Never mind. Okay, we don't want to push Diana up. Just do that. Gogus, you can actually use Gogus, you can farm the Inugamis from... Oh, you landed... Seriously, freaking landed everything, huh? Nice. Dead Ethna now. Who's he gonna kill? Yeah, he's gonna kill the Ethna. You get the Inagamis from the Feynman. Yeah, you can get you get the fire Inagamis from Feynman Volcano. If you look at the drop info, you go to Hell mode. You get the fire Inagamis here. I think you can also get the water Inagamis from Garen Forest, which will be a lot faster. So you can farm it in either one. Did I misplay this one? Did I misplay this one? Yeah, I'll show you, Mark Joseph. I just want to see if I misplayed this. I should have brought... See, but if I bring Tyrannus and ban the Lima, he still bans the Tyrannus, he still gets the snipe. I think the Fran was the misplay. I pulled the Fran too early. I could have pulled Fran at the end. That's where I messed up. Yeah. I didn't need to take Fran that early because I already had the Lulu. That was where I messed up. So I was actually trying to preserve, because I knew I was going to go in with 2 sustain units. So knowing I'm going in with 2 sustain units, I'm like, if I take the Fran now, then I can pick whatever I want on the end instead of being committed to a smaller pool of sustain units. But when he went 3 monsters deep with no sustain, I probably should have gone more aggressive, like a Rika there or something. Because then I could have banned out the Lima instead of being forced to ban the Daphnis. Because if I had more aggression, I could have had a chance to win 3v4. What's up, Astro? How you doing, bro? Hey Gang or Ryu? Hey Gang or Ryu? Let's try the Ryu. Yeah, bros, alright, I might do a few replays also. Shren, huh? Bringing the Shren for the Fang, but he has no attack buff. If I bring the Kinky, no, because the Molong and the Shren both counter Kinky. I really think Rika's the play here, so if I bring the Rika, he's gonna ban it. I just have to ban the Diana. He's gonna get a snipe though. He gets a snipe with these two. I think I lose this. I think he got me on the draft. Which runes did you want to see again? I forgot. Somebody asked me, oh, Mark asked me to show the runes of the Athena. So Mark, remind me on the next draft and I'll show you the Athena runes. I think I lost this one on the draft. I think he outdrafted me. I swear my Ryu's not on Despair. You guys have seen him go however many times. He has not stunned a monster like this entire freaking season. Can you stun one time? No. Figured he would go for the Fang. Stun? Nope. Same as from last stream. Stun? No. I'm telling you, this dude's not on despair. He's on despair, but he's not on despair. Apparently the bird's not on revenge either. Stun? No. Okay. I'm telling you, bro, like Ryu is attack. I don't even have a count. I've used him in like 10 or 20 matches. I mean, is he like on 3? Oh, he is on 3 will runes. That would explain it. That would explain it. Okay. I was like, he's got to be not on. Yeah. Okay. That would explain it. Okay, that's good enough, right? Yeah, that's perfect. That would explain it. Gogies, if you farm R5. No, Carnell was never broken, bros. It was the in-game Lulu that I never used. That was a little different. Mr. Rom, I did actually fix her, but that Lulu had literally never been used once. I don't use Lulu in Siege. It was just built 1 week, like on random. I don't know. He outdrafted me, Potato. I won't say it cost me the game. I mean, it certainly would have given me a better chance, but he outdrafted me. What was the other one? No, the Verd I know is triple revenge. The Verd just didn't want a revenge. Oh, that was when I rune stuff on stream that happens sometimes because I don't always go in it yeah, when I rune stuff on stream because I'm reading chat, sometimes I'll mess those up. But the Ryu wasn't ruined on stream, I'm not gonna lie. The Ryu was ruined at like 4 a.m. though. It was like Ace and I were talking one night and he's like, you should try Ryu. So I ruined the Ryu at like 4 a.m. And I've been trashing on Ryu, but I guess to be fair, I should be trashing on me because I used him like 10 or 15 matches that way. Skill up 2A, Gogies? I mean, you don't want to skill up the 2A version. He does not need to be skilled up at 2A. Because he gets nothing from his skill ups. But if you're just making him 2A, you just farm the Inugamis. Axe, I'll probably do a little bit today. Third or fourth pick, bros, or third or fourth pick. You don't want to get locked into her because you'll be inviting Junos. Speaking of Junos, let's try a Juno. Yeah, you see a lot of Giannas. Once you see the G2 players, it's a lot of Giannas. Yeah, I face a lot of Junos too, and I really need to give my Juno, like, at least I need to give her better artifacts, because she just doesn't do damage, man. She just doesn't do damage. Double strip into the bombs. Triple strip. I mean, there's not much I can do here. I gotta take out the chunk. Max res for the win. Well, for one thing, my Rika is max resistance. Good job, Juno. For another thing, Rika can solo this team. There's really not much else I can draft here that can. It's basically Rika or Carnal at that point. And the Rika does more than the Carnal against this team. Yeah, resistance is absolutely a lie. There's just nothing I can do at that point in the draft, honestly. And now, because he emoted, we just let it time out. Basically, as soon as somebody emotes me, I just stop playing unless I'm going to beat them. There is absolutely no justification whatsoever for ever emoting in this game, in my opinion. It's just has no place in the game. It was the single worst thing they've ever added into the game. It's the single worst thing in the game. So as soon as they emote, usually I just minimize and walk away. Yeah, there's legitimately no reason to have ever put them in the game. No, there's nothing worse than emotes, because a broken monster you can at least understand it's a broken monster. Or a monster you can't beat or whatever, but the whole point of emotes is just basically to piss people off. Like, why would you put something in the game that has no purpose other than just to piss people off? The only reason it's there is because you want to make the game toxic. Yeah, but see, Rosar, if I wasn't on stream, I legit walk away, because then I'm not wasting my own time. Francis, Triton is only worth building in the current meta if you play turn 1 and you need an extra super fast pick because you're contesting speed a lot. So generally speaking, he is not worth building in the current meta. Sorry, Gogis, I don't understand the question. No, Vrozar, I really just want nothing to do with them. Anybody who will start emoting is just a person I want nothing to do with, so I just walk away. It's actually it's a good way for me to just kind of, see, I'm telling you guys, Ryu is the most reliable stripper in the game. He legit never misses a strip. He never misses a strip. Single most reliable stripper in the game. Oh, he landed nothing. He only got one proc that mattered. It's just the fact that Rune never misses. But yeah, that's my problem. Is I have nothing built to deal with control. So as soon as I start running into these control or that one wasn't so much control. That was a much more aggressive comp. But I just generally have nothing built to deal with the infinite strippers. Molly's such a weak pick right there. Molly's like a gift. Nice, Brozar. Nothing really to reset. I'll just do that. Oh, rip. I misplayed that. I needed to defense break the cocky, and I knew it as soon as I did it. These are the things that happen on stream, like the little misplays. I would defense that Brocky. I would defense break that cocky like every single time. There'd never be a second thought, and then for some reason on stream I go defense break the Icarus right after I've reset her. Those are the little plays that like make all the difference. Then again, I guess I wouldn't have defense broken the cocky, so I guess it makes no difference here. Okay, she just went. She's getting close again. Let's reset her. Okay. Well, actually, maybe not yet. Nah, it's the things like when you're reading chat, so you're not really paying nearly as much attention. Because I'm looking a lot more at chat than I'm actually looking. Bro, how many times? That was like, what, 4 out of 5 that he didn't get it? And this cocky is like... Cocky defense breaks the freaking max res Lulu, but the Fang can't defense break the cocky. Nice. Okay. That's match, actually, because the Bulwark's stacked now. No, but that's the whole point of it, Rosar. I mean, the whole point of streaming is to talk to you guys, so... Hey, we got a defense break, guys! We got an actual defense break, but it got fully healed. Ah, rip. Bro, I mean, maybe it is a max resistance cocky. It must be a max resistance cocky. That's the only thing that actually makes sense at this point. Because there's no way I could have missed that many. It's a violent max resist cocky too. There had to have been some resistances in there. It was too many times. He didn't proc once in all of that. Was like, what, 18 hits? He only procced one time in 18 hits? I think there had to have been some resistances in there. Oh, okay. Well, let's see if my cocky is always via then. Oh, I'm not worried about it, bro. I'll climb off stream. I always drop on stream. I'll just climb off stream. Alright, so what's the actual threat here? If I bring Pontos, I should be able to snipe here. If I bring Pontos, I still have something to deal with the Kinky. So do I bring Pontos or do I bring Veligul or do I bring Amelia? You know what? I think I bring the Amelia here. I actually should run Amelia cocky more. I always forget about Amelia. I hope she's ruined. Okay, yeah, she is. Bio will. Okay, so I assume he bans the, he's gonna ban the Molong. He's gonna ban the Molong, which means I need to play for a longer fight. No, he bans the Fran. Okay. That actually should work for me. I think. Because he left me 2 counters to the Kinky. The Kinky is not going to do much early game. By the time the Kinky is a threat, it should be a 3v1 or 4v1 situation. That was a good proc for me. Do I need to worry about cleanses? Yeah, I think we'll hold right now because he's got immunity up anyway. Ah, of course you proc. Oh, that was not a good proc for me. Alright, I think I'm still fine though. I should still be fine. Ooh, I didn't actually think she could get the kill there. Hey, Fatal Error, have a good night, bro. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm not sold on using twins for solo R5, honestly. I don't know that they do enough damage. I mean, I like the defense break, but I don't know that they're gonna consistently do enough damage. Yeah, that's got some potential. So So if you're looking for early game R5, and you're talking about not solo R5, but just grouped with people, you want to use monsters like Colleen and Darien. Colleen's going to give you heal block, attack buff, and healing. Darian's going to give you a damage reduction. Those are free to play, available for anybody. And then Darien also gives you defense break and attack break. You want something that can give you glancing, so Lisa's a really good option there if you happen to have her. If you don't, you're just looking for a monster that can give you glancing in that spot. There's a lot of really good guides out there. They're really old. I mean, they're like 4 or 5 year guides out there, but they're still very viable. So I would go just Google like R5 building guide and look at those old guides that show you the monsters like Darien and Colleen and all that for building your first team. Melissa, Kali, Sabrina, Talia, 2A, Naomi, and Ken. Melissa, Kali, Sabrina, Talia, 2A, Naomi, and Ken. I mean, I don't know Vrozar because I haven't tested it enough. I just don't feel like twins. I think there's better options than twins out there. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of testing. I'll show you what I'm using right now, but what I'm using right now isn't really built or tuned. It's just monsters thrown in randomly, to be honest. It's alright. Well, I guess I can't show you my team because it's running. I'll show you my team. Remind me to show you my team after on the next auto thing. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of testing, so maybe I could be wrong. Just my instinct is that there would be better options than twins. Hey Christian, how you doing? Yeah, so Gogus, if you're not even farming the B12s yet, then you should be looking at more like R3 than R5. R3 is perfectly fine. There's no reason why you have to do like R5 before R3. There's nothing wrong with just doing R3 to start, honestly. That's how I did it. I farmed R3 for about 3 weeks and I got enough gems and grinds that I was then able to start doing R5. I got wrecked on stream, Christian. I got wrecked on stream. I fell like 700 spots. That was some kind of toxic RNG right there. That was some really toxic RNG right there. On my side. I got everything this match. I got everything this match. Oh, that was a misplay on his part. I know why he did it, but it was still a misplay. Oh, the worst one to revive. Are you kidding? And he procced. Okay. Oh man, for all the RNG I got, he got way more RNG right at the end. He could not have gotten a better sequence at the end. That was like literally the only way he wins that match. He needed everything to go perfect for him right there. Oh man. Oh well. He literally could not. I had a lot of good RNG, but he seriously could not have won if anything other than exactly what happened. That was it. That was his only way to win. Oh well. All right. We don't really have. We don't have any scrolls or anything, right? No. Let's see. I still need 3 here. This stage was obnoxious, right? Let's just do this. Let's do this. Yeah, let's just do this. We'll skip ahead and see if we can get an LD scroll to summon. And then I'll probably do a little bit of viewer RTA. If you guys want to do some replays, today would be a good stream for replays too. We can do some announcing. And then we'll probably wrap up from there. All right, let me turn on the command. Okay, so the replay command is enabled. You type !A replay. So Gogius, there's no way for me to actually see your inventory without being logged into your account, but unfortunately that's not something I can do. I do community help streams once a month. They're done by drawing, and if you win the drawing, then I can help you out at that point. But there'd just be no way that I'd be able to keep up with all of the requests otherwise. Yes, sir. Just like that. So what you're going to do... Oh, but wait a second. We're not on the same server, bro. We got to give you your points back because I wouldn't be able to see your replay. We're not on the same server. Oh, you're in global? I didn't know you were in global. Okay, then do the A replay. Oh, actually I typoed it, so you're good. Okay, perfect. So go to channel 8895. And you can share it in there. Can't land the defense break. How would I use Kiki if I pulled her? That's an interesting question. I honestly don't know. Obviously, me being a turn 2 player, I would want her to be in some situation where you know, I'd want to be in a situation where I was just doing like really long fights. So probably a lot of single target. I don't know, man. I'd really have to test her. Like, I don't think there's a clear cut. I don't know a comp off the top of my head, but I would want to be using a lot of single target strip, I think, and a lot of kind of like control, basically. We land a defense break yet? Hey, we finally got the defense break. Okay, about time. I don't know where my cooldowns are, but we can do this. Alright, have a good one, Gogies. Thanks for hanging out on stream, bro. Gotta watch out. I think I can only go single target now. That one's getting too close. Hope this doesn't kill right here. I think it might. Crap, she's got too many dots. Yeah, it's gonna kill. Took it down too far. Yep. You know what? I need to just bring Tessarian in here and Oblivion those. This will take forever otherwise. Let's drop you, bring you, bring you. Yeah, so Christian, you never want to use Devilmon on the 4-star units. Some units can be fusioned, so you want to double check and make sure, like, for example, Vertihile and Lucian, those you can actually get skill ups through fusions. Sometimes they do pick a monster. No, they cleanse off their passive, Mr. Wom. So yeah, you want to, first and foremost, you always want to check and see if you're able to just fusion the monster. If you can't fusion it, sometimes they do, like, pick a monster events. And then beyond that, you can also get some monsters from the guild shop. And then after that, you're basically just luck of the draw. But a lot of monsters can be fused either through fusion or through events or through guild shop. So there's still a, you know, I mean, there's a bunch, especially the newer ones, that you can only get through luck of the draw. But I've never checked. It feels like you could probably do about half of the 4 stars just through stuff that's available in game. I mean, there's like 15 or 20 that can be fusioned right off the bat. And then Guild Shop has a bunch more. Although that takes a really long time, it does have them. And then you can also use the Almighty pieces. So when you get the stuff out of the Guild Shop, if you use the Almighty pieces, you can do them faster. Although keep in mind that spending 1,000 guild points may not be ideal if you are still working on your guild towers. But once your guild towers are done, the Almighty pieces are definitely a great way to spend those guild points. Yeah, that's a really good point also. You can use summoning stones. So one good thing to do is try and find a week where there's 4 stars and 5 stars that you need both of, and then use your summoning stones on that week. Obviously making sure you're doing as much of the TOA as you can. If you're not free to play, then the new TOA pass thing is also a good way to get more summoning stones. Not necessarily the first pack I would buy, but it is a really good value pack. Yeah, exactly, Andrew, exactly. I think everything's just dead now, right? We have enough dots. Just speed through it. At what point would I recommend someone try TOA Hell? At whatever point you can do it, man. I mean, it's... Monster Box is going to matter a lot here. So it obviously helps if you have, like Van Cliff is great for about half the TOA Hell levels. He's not great on everyone, but he's great for about half of them. So Monster Box definitely will help a lot. And then if you can start building, you're going to need to be at about 240 speed in order to clear most of the TOA Hell stages. So if you can start building monsters with good stats at 240 speed, that's probably about the time that you're going to want to do TOA Hell. Dude, resisted me twice already. This is going to be a problem. Does he have 10 debuffs already? 2, 4, 6, 7. No. Why can't I land it? Why can't I land it? Hey, we got an Oblivion. There we go. We need to ventilate you now because we lost the... What's his name? Can we Oblivion you? No. Rip. If I don't land this Oblivion, it's over. Hey, we got the Oblivion. Okay. So I have a chance. I have a chance, but I'm probably going to lose the Tessa now. Wait, I can ventilate you. We can push back. Got a chance for Oblivion here, but no, resisted. And she got the counterattack up, so that's over. Okay. Alright, let's drop the Van Cliff here. I need more control. I need the Poseidon, I think. $50 LDs, huh? No, I counted him, Potato. I actually stopped and counted him. He only had 7 on him. I think. 7 or 8. How do you get to 50 LDs, bro? That's some serious self-control. That's all I'm saying. I can't get to 2 LDs unless I buy them both at the same time. Alright, so message me on Discord. We got to set up your session. Yeah, I just wasn't landing anything. Both matches I wasn't landing anything, but Van Cliff is great for the waves. He gets you through much faster. He doesn't always do enough on the boss. Sometimes, and that's why I said he's good for about half the stages. That just doesn't always do enough on the boss. I probably do need a cup of coffee, yeah. Oh! Oh, bro. Yeah, you're right. The Tyrant skill too. Nah, you know what, Arenas? Mr. Rom just called me out. I kept going with the Tyrant skill too, but I didn't have the slow debuff on the boss. It took me a second to even realize what you were saying, yeah. Yeah, of course I wasn't pushing back because I didn't have the slow. I was treating Tyrant like he was Poseidon, basically. You got Teor earlier today. Is it worth building? And what content can I use him in? So, Teor actually is a niche pick in RTA. I've seen him used and seen him used fairly well. Teor and Poseidon have very similar kits. The difference is I like the Teor skill 2 more because it does huge damage and gives him a speed buff. But the Poseidon skill 3 can't glance. That's why Poseidon is usually used more than Teor. If you don't have Poseidon, though, you can use Teor in very much the same ways that you see me using Poseidon right now. So he can be used for RTA cleaves. He can be used for RTA cleaves. He can be used for guild content cleaves in like siege offense and defense. He can also be used in certain PvE content because he hits so hard with his skill 2 and he gives you pushback and slows. I think Teor is one of the more underrated monsters in the game. The biggest reason he gets underrated is because his kit is so similar with Poseidon, and also because he has a really low base speed, so he's a little bit harder to build. But I do think Teor is actually a pretty good monster. If you don't have Poseidon, Teor is a great pull. And yeah, basically you just use him for control, so you're going to use him with like strippers and stuff like that. Hey, we landed everything for a change. That's a nice change. Aw, rip. Okay. I need to refreeze you, but I can push you back and cycle first. So let's do that. Let's push you back, cycle a little bit. Hey, we got the Despair Stun, even better. Let's put the silences up, or not. Okay, Oblivion. There's the Oblivion. Alright, let's do a pushback. Glancing here. That one might, yeah, that one's max debuffs. That's a problem. Okay, that one did get to max debuffs. So let's go pushback, pushback. You know what? Let's just stay with the pushback and land more Oblivions, I think. So we'll do this. Oblivion you. Let's push everybody back. Push you back again. Let's just push back. Push back. Oblivion. No, is he maxed? He might be max debuffs also. Okay. Should have gone slower with the Belinus, but is what it is. We're in better shape than we were before, at least. So Arenas, I'm a turn 2 player, so I don't really play any single comp. I play a lot more pick and ban kind of counter play. But Molong and Carnal are generally speaking my core. Like I almost always will have either Molong, Carnal, or Fang. I'll have one of those three. Obviously use a lot of Lulu, some Fran, some Ethna. But I do have about, I don't know, 45 monsters ruined, and I probably use most of them at some point or another. Turn 2 means that you wait for the enemy to act first. I need needed that Oblivion there. He doesn't die here yet, right? No, he doesn't die here. Okay. Oh, the resistance is real. That hurt. That hurt. And that's GG. Okay. Like 3 tries there. And resistance. Are you kidding me, bro? Alright, I need the pushback. Should have done Poseidon. No, Tyron was the right play. Tyron was ahead. Poseidon wasn't. Alright, now he's got 10 debuffs. Resistance, again. Dude, seriously, you would think, like, maybe my Tessarian has no accuracy. Maybe my Tessarian's not runed properly. I don't know. Let me check the Tessa. This is getting stupid. 29. Actually, yeah, my Tessa only has 29 accuracy. I guess that would be it. Alright, this is boring and not really worth doing. I legit was only doing that so I could pull an LD scroll on stream, but it's not worth re-runing a monster to do. So, I think we'll do some RTA replays and a little RTA with viewers. All right, guys. So Axe, did you do the A replay command? Axe, you got to do the replay in order to redeem. And then we've got the replay here starting with Mr. Awam or Ahmed. So guys, we have some C2 versus C3 action. Panda Lulu opening off with the Lulu that he is named after. Mr. Awam coming back with the Molong. With the Molong and the Kaki. This is somewhat of a counter, somewhat of a standard counter right here. Panda Lulu stealing Ahmed's Artemil, which he does have, and also dropping the Jaeger. So, in order to counter this Artemil Jaeger, we now have a Fran and a Fuki. The double Onis are a brutal counter to Artemil. At this point, Jaeger is a possible ban, but he's also not necessary to ban because we have a lot of offense to just focus out the Jaeger early. Panda Lulu coming back with another Panda, so he is named Panda Lulu, coming back with the Fang Yang, and then also the Triana. So he's playing a heavy resistance comp here, but he's actually made it relatively easy for Mr. Wom to just bring in a second immunity buffer and then ban out the Jaeger, and target the Fang first and just try to kill the Fang through the Triana. However, he goes in a different direction. He brings the Molly, which will give some cleanse, but not immunity, and then some passive healing as well. So once he brings the Molly, to me, I'm thinking the Molong becomes the ban, because you've got the double Onis. You can't protect your Artemil one way or the other. So you ban the Molong to prevent the snipe. On Ahmed's side, I think now that he's gone with the Molly, he's got to ban the Fang. He's got to keep that defense break out of there. So we're probably looking at a Fang and a Molong ban, which means we're looking at double Panda bans. Bro, congrats on the Tyrannus Light V. Okay, so we wind up with one Panda ban and then the Fran, which is the other option I thought he might do. So we start off, whoa, a little bit fast, but we start off targeting off this Triana. So Ahmed is absolutely ignoring the Jaeger passive, willing to stack him up. Triana is now out of immunity. Do we get that? We do not get the defense break, guys. We do not get the defense break. Everybody working on Molong on the other side. Can the Molly keep the Molong healed? That was a 12k heal, a proc, and a shield, and the Molong is going to snipe the Triana with the shield soaking up all the damage. We're now working on this Jaeger, landing the defense break that the Lulu is able to clean up. With the Lulu out of immunity, we try for the defense break with the Kaki. We're not able to. Molly is just putting a little fluff damage in, and then the Molong getting the defense break on the Lulu, and it's over at that point, guys. It was over on the draft, honestly. Over on the draft. Very nice draft, sir. Very nice draft. Nicely done. We're in channel 8895. So, Damien, if you want to redeem a replay, it's 3,000 points, and you type in ! A replay. So I'll take a few more replays right now if anybody else wants to redeem. All right, so we got one more from Mr. Ruam and Damien first. So guys, we're in channel 8895. Just share your replays into the channel 8895. All right, so we've got Damien's replay right here. Blue Lightning coming out. We're in Fighter 3 right now, guys. Damien is going to show the cleave, starting off with the Water Ryu. Now, this is countered with the Leica, which is kind of a weak counter this early on to the Water Ryu, not going to lie, and then the Fang, which is a much stronger counter. Damien committing to at least showing the cleave, bringing out the Savannah and the Kaki. So Damien, I will tell you, Savannah is better played as a 4th or a 5th pick because she does have a fair number of counters, including the Fang itself. So you actually brought Savannah into a monster that already counters Savannah because she can't land the defense break on him. Now, your opponent's going to come out with the Daphnis and the Icarus. So this, the Daphnis, again, Daphnis can be used as a counter to Savannah, but only if it's a super fast Daphnis with a speed lead. In this case, we now have 4 picks with no speed lead, so the Daphnis becomes kind of a weak play going into that Water Ryu and Kaki. The Icarus is a little bit more questionable. I mean, I don't know about the Icarus either, but I will say at least Icarus has some snipe potential because you're showing turn 1, which means you're showing weaker monsters, so maybe he's hoping for a lucky resistance on the Icarus, and then he gets to snipe something. Damien coming back out with the Varad and the Shihu. Now this makes a little bit more sense here. Knowing that the opponent cannot bring a second speed lead, you no longer need your own speed lead. You're assuming you're going to take turn 1. Shihu is a clear counter to the Leica, so you've told us that you're going to let the Leica through. And then Varad is just going to control the entire team. Now the only weak spot of your draft right here is that the Savannah is your only AoE defense breaker, Kaki obviously being single target, so it's going to be harder to scale damage out of the Varad. Depending on your monster box, I might have liked to have seen a Chung right here a little bit more. Now, the opponent comes out with a Molong, which is also a little bit of an interesting pick here. That to me tells me he's probably leaning towards banning the Savannah, which I actually think is the right ban. But in this case, it means that he's not trying to bring any kind of immunity out either. So he could be trying to influence your ban and get you to ban the Daphnis or the Fang, deciding that he doesn't want to play one of those two. I definitely would have gone with some sort of cleanse immunity, probably the Lulu over the Molong right there. So at this point, I think the bans on each side, you've got more than enough to counter the Leica. He's not a threat. The Savannah should take care of the Molong. The Icarus really doesn't do all that much, so and then the Daphnis you can just snipe as you want. So the Fang is pretty much a clear-cut ban on your side. On his side, I would think he might just go ahead and ban the Water Ryu since that's your only AoE strip, so at least you only get 2 single target strips to set up that Varad. So I think we're probably looking at a Water Ryu and a Fang ban, but alternatively there could be a Savannah ban. Now he did try and influence you to make you think he was going to ban the Savannah, so I think there's a 50-50 here between the Ryu and the Savannah. And we do wind up with the Ryu and the Fang bans as predicted. So, Daphnis does take turn 1, but does not have enough damage to get the Savannah. Shihu going into the Icarus, not entirely sure why to be honest, but the Savannah does get 3 defense breaks out. Molong coming out into the Kaki, gets a toxic proc, and that is a dead Savannah, letting the Kaki live. Kaki not able to kill the Icarus, but we got lots of defense breaks, setting up the control from the Varad. Kaki now taking an AoE snipe, and all that's left is a debilitated Molong, which is frozen again. We're just going to keep pumping damage into it. This Molong is dead. This Molong is a no-long, and that is GG. Very nice game, sir. Nice HP on the Savannah. That was, Daphnis did what? Something like 24,000 to your Savannah, and she hung on, so very nicely done right there. All right, next up, we've got another replay from Mr. Ruam. By the way, what's up, Ace? It's a replay. You got to put an A before the replay. So next up, we have a replay from Mr. Ruam, opening up with the Molong, facing the Yun Hung Diana. Oh, this is going to be toxic, guys. This is going to be toxic. So we're coming back against the Yun Hung Diana with the Lulu Antares. I like both of these picks. They make perfect sense. Sometimes I prefer to hold the Antares until a 4th or 5th pick just so I don't wind up sucking out a Barbara to face me. But the Antares does make a lot of sense right here. He's going to help counter all that Yunhong turn cycling as well, in addition to countering the Diana. So he's likely to get more turns. Obviously, the Lulu just makes sense in this draft. Opponent coming out with the Bulwark, which actually does counter Antares, because every time Antares procs, he stacks the Bulwark. And then the Lulu doesn't stack Bulwark as fast, but does stack him, and then also brings the Amelia. So this is really solid drafts on both sides so far, guys. I like the Bulwark-Amelia combo here. So Mr. Wom coming back with the Fuki, which is a nice counter to presumably the Amelia. He's presumably leaning towards a Bulwark Van at the moment, and then he brings out the Ethna, which further shows us the counter to the Amelia. So the opponent brings out a Tyrannus, which is a really nice play, actually. I really like this. So there's no reset. The Tyrannus is going to play great with the Yunhong. The Tyrannus is going to give additional defense buffs, or excuse me, the Tyrannus is going to benefit from the Amelia defense buffs, because most likely at this point you've shown that you are going to ban the Bulwark. So him drafting the Tyrannus is going to make you decide between Tyrannus and Bulwark, but you cannot let the Amelia Bulwark through. And if you have to choose between Bulwark and Amelia with the team you have, then the Bulwark is the ban. So we're going to see a Bulwark Van against a really solid comp here of Tyrannus, Amelia, Diana, Yunhong, which is just toxic. On your side, I think it's a pretty straightforward Lulu ban, because if he bans the Lulu, then the Molong really can't Reckless safely. And so he's just got tons and tons of sustain. So I think we're going to see a Lulu ban over a Bulwark ban. And then, honestly, I would pick your opponent like 8 times in 10 in this draft. I think you both had really good drafts. I do think you both had really good drafts, but I think he had an awesome draft. And I'm interested to see how you managed to beat him out right here. So it's an Antares ban. That's how you beat him out, because he left you with the... And you gave him the Amelia Bulwark. You gave him the Amelia Bulwark. Wow. So Bulwark going into Molong. Where's the tuning on this Lulu? The Lulu is ahead of the Molong. The Diana putting up the shield, but the Ethna going into the Diana does not get the strip on the shield. The Fuki and the Molong both miss defense breaks. Opponent continuing to work on this Molong. That is a stacked Bulwark again already. Lulu able to do about 14k healing, but stacks the Bulwark once again. Bulwark does land the defense break on the Yunhong. How much damage are we going to see from the Fuki right here? How much damage? Does it proc? It does not proc. The Molong's down to 1 HP. This is a dead Molong. Amelia charging, Yunhong charging the Amelia. That's a dead Molong. Yunhong going to strip off the Ethna as well. Diana getting the stun, but oh, look at the proc from Ethna. Landing the defense break, turn cycling. Ethna deletes the Diana in 1 second, guys. That was disgusting. Ethna pumping some more damage into the Yunhong as well. Amelia getting the cleanse. We've got defense buffs on the other side, but this Fuki is now ready to do some work. The Yunhong does not proc. The Bulwark forced to heal early and does not really do all that much healing. Ethna able to strip the Yunhong. Ethna procking again, deletes the Yunhong. Fuki never even got a chance to do work. Bro, the turn cycling from that Ethna was disgusting. Very, very nice match, man. Very, very nice match. I seriously, and again, I thought you both drafted extremely well. Like, I have nothing to change on either of your drafts. I seriously would pick him like 8 times in 10 off that draft. But the Ethna deleting the Diana was just insane, bro. Just insane, man. Alright, so we've got now a replay from the brand new Astic Gaming alt. So this is actually, and it's only the alt temporarily, guys. You all need to tell Ace to make this his main, because, I mean, as soon as Ace inherited this account, oh, bro, this is like... This account's just popping off. But we have got a brand new replay from the Astic Gaming main. Astic Gaming main coming up right here. Oh, rocking against the G3. Ace is climbing, guys. Ace is climbing as we pop off against the G3. Dustin opening up with the Molong. Ace coming back with the Carnal Diana. Now, this is also somewhat of a standard counter. A lot of times you might see the Lulu be more contested here, but I think, generally speaking, the counter to Molong is almost always going to be Diana +1, so you're either going to see Diana Lulu or Carnal Diana, one of those two. So Ace going with the Carnal Diana. Dustin dropping the Fran and then sniping Ace's Yun Hung because, yes, guys, Ace does have a Yun Hung. Steals the Yun Hung. That's what it's like in G3. You actually are contested with your LDs. So Ace falling back on the backup Ragdoll, and now we do see that Lulu coming out. So we're going through 4 picks here. We do have Control, we have Ragdoll and Diana together. We have Sustain. Ace having a really solid draft so far. Dustin's draft, I'll be honest, I feel like Dustin's draft is a little weaker. I don't love the double sustain as a 2-3 pick. I think it kind of boxes you in a little bit on your 4-5. So I do feel like Ace is winning the draft to this point, but we are going against G3 rune quality, which is a big hill to climb. Dustin coming out with the Odin, which is a really interesting pick here because he's going to get to cycle with the Fran, and we do get the attack buff. And then coming out with the Bastet as well. So Ace is going to be facing now the decision of, does he let the Yun Hung Molong through, which is an almost guaranteed snipe, or does he let the Fran Bastet Odin through, which is an almost guaranteed snipe? So Ace bringing the Triana, which is pretty much just a force ban at this point. To be fair, there's almost nothing you can pick that's going to improve your draft here, so your best play is to bring a force ban. I like the Triana pick a lot. I think we're going to see an Odin and a Triana ban right here. Did I skip you, Rosar? Okay, we'll get you next. So I think we're going to see an Odin and Triana ban right here. I could also potentially see maybe a Fran ban and Ace trying to just like make the kill the Odin before the Odin gets to its full stacks, because if you ban the Fran, then you do have some control from the Karnal. You might be able to get that Odin down before the stacks. As I'm talking my way through it, I actually think Fran is the ban here. I do think Fran is the ban here. So I think we're going to wind up seeing a Fran ban on one side and a Triana ban on the other. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an Odin ban, but I think Fran is probably where I would ban. So we do see the Odin ban, and we see the Karnal ban. We see the Karnal, not the Triana. Very interesting. So Yun Hung boosting up the Molong. That was a 30k heal also, by the way, guys. Sniping into the Diana. That's some big damage. Multi-hits from the Yun Hung getting blocked off. The Triana stops the kill on the Diana, guys. Yun Hung did not have enough damage. This is now going to be a nearly fully healed Diana with the Lulu heal. Diana's going to change going into this Molong. Did we get the Oh, this is going to be close, guys. This is going to be close. The Molong could die to dots, but he's behind. So the Yun Hung heal is gone. The Molong does die to the dots. Bastet landed nearly everything. We're still working on this Diana. The Ragdoll passive, guys, don't discount that Ragdoll passive, which is getting the Lulu in front. And look at that, guys. A-Stick Gaming on the brand new alt, dropping a G3 player with a really nicely done turn 2 draft. Dustin giving up before. I think, honestly, I think he gave up a little too early, personally. All right, next up, we've got one from Vrozar, guys. We've got one from Vrozar. Vrozar, did you redeem? Did I just miss it? There's Ace. Oh, you did redeem. Okay. All right, guys, we've got some C3 action now. We've got Vrozar versus Birthday. Birthday opening up with the Diana. Now, Vrozar coming out with a very different kind of draft. Guys, for those of you who haven't seen Vrozar's account, we've shown it a couple of times on stream. Vrozar has some of the sickest rune quality in the game in proportion to his monster box. So he's very limited by his monster box, just hasn't drawn the meta RTA monsters, but has absolutely insane rune quality. So this season, he is going with the Escher as kind of a bridge for not having, you know, the most meta monsters, using the Escher just to build like a super high tanky damage bruiser. So Vrozar opening or countering the Ciara with the Escher Jemire. Now, Birthday, this is something you don't see every day. Escher Jemire is something you don't see every day. It makes a lot of sense for Vrozar's account, but it does confuse people. So Birthday, it looks like, is sticking with a set comp, coming out with the Oki and the Bastet. So we got some really high damage, we got some reset potential, we got some CC. Vrozar coming out with the Diana, which is going to be a nice counter to both the Oki and the Bastet. And then the Ileana here, which I really like. You're going to get ridiculous turn cycling between the Ileana and the Jemire. Not to mention the speed buff off the Escher. You've got 4 really tanky bruiser units, assuming that the Jemire is built in that fashion, which is going to help sustain a lot of damage. So Birthday coming out with the Daphnis and then the Vanessa. Now, I'm going to say I really don't like the Vanessa pick here. I personally think he made it much easier for you. I think he could have gone so many better ways than Vanessa. But the Daphnis is a really nice pick to counter. You've got a buff-heavy team. With the Ileana and the Escher, the Daphnis, you know, we got a speed lead with a Bastet, so the Daphnis can take an easy turn 1 snipe. Even if you ban out the speed lead, you're still going to basically have that Bastet attack bar boost unless the Escher is just stupid fast, which we don't think it's going to outspeed that Bastet. So I think at this point, Vrozar does have to ban the Daphnis and just try to deal with the Oki. Vrozar coming out, by the way, with the Chow. Chow does a lot of really good things here. So Chow can't be stunned, or, well, he can be stunned, but there's not enough debuffs on the enemy team, so Chow is going to cleanse that stun a lot. Passive healing, he's going to direct counter all 3 fire units on the enemy team. The Bastet's going to find it harder to debuff the Chow as well. And really, the only way Birthday can kill your Chow is with that Ciara. So, at this point, the question is, does Birthday ban the Chow or does he ban the Ileana? Now, if I'm him, I ban the Ileana and deal with the Chow, but it really could go either way. It depends, I think, on if he's been burned by Chow a few times, because he's playing a fire-heavy turn 1 type team. He may have been burned by Chow enough that he would take the ban. So for me personally, I ban the Ileana, but I think you can see either of those two. On Vrozar's side, I think you just have to ban the Daphnis and then deal with what comes. He's got a lot to defend out there. You're still probably going to see an Oki strip into an attack buff Ciara bomb, which is most likely going to delete the Jemire. And at that point, you're playing Ileana, Diana, Escher in a 3v4. If the opponent does go into the Diana, she may survive. And there is a chance the opponent will try the Diana. But for me, I would take the Jemire because I'd feel a lot more confident in the Jemire actually dying. So we do see the Escher and the Daphnis ban. So he goes Escher, goes in a completely different direction. We get the attack bar buff. Bastet proc, and it's a violent Bastet. He does go into the Ileana. Resist. Ileana gets 2 out of 3 resistances, loses the immunity, but does resist the stun, also resists the reset. Ileana surviving by a hair, giving herself invincibility. The opponent no longer has stun, so that Ileana is going to be up for a while. Diana going off with the proc, and that is actually not a dead Ciara. Holy crap. That Ciara lives, and then Vrozar wisely just goes into the Oki. He's going to let the Ciara die to the dot so that it just resurrects with no turn. Going into the Bastet now. Vrozar playing this really well. We did not... What is up with this Diana, guys? This Diana is absolutely broken. This Diana is like one that I face. Diana taking her 3rd or 4th round of attacks right here. That Bastet is now almost done. Bastet regretting the 1 proc that she got. Oki doesn't even manage to stun the Diana. The dot killing the Ciara, perfectly played, so Ciara did not get a turn. Jemire resetting everything. Ileana is going to get invincibility back up. That Ciara is now dead. Ileana putting the invincibility up on the Jemire as the Diana, of course, is going to go into human form and lose the immunity. Chow deleting the Bastet. Now, don't forget that this Vanessa, if she lives long enough, can reset. Ileana resists the Oki strip. Vanessa does get some skill 1 damage in here. Next target probably needs to be the Vanessa because the Vanessa, we don't want her to resurrect, but never mind. Let's just delete the Oki instead. Now, Vanessa does get a kill on the Ileana, but does nothing to the Chow. At this point, Chow is just going to take over. There's really no reason to even continue playing. Vanessa landing the defense break on the Jemire, but it doesn't matter as Chow just deletes her. Very nicely done, sir. Very nicely done. Very well played. Do we have any other replays, guys? Do we have any other replays? Okay, Jeremy, did you redeem? By the way, welcome back, Oge's teacher. Let's see, Ace. I don't think you redeemed, Jeremy, so you got to type exclamation point A replay. It's 3,000 points to redeem. You do it like that. When we're done with the replays, Ahmed, I haven't done replays in a while, so I just want to give you guys, like, I really haven't done them in probably several streams, so I wanted to give you guys a chance to spotlight any of your replays if you want. Okay, so Jeremy, you're going to share it in channel 8895, and then just make sure, of course, I know who you are. And then, do we have any other... So if we don't have any other replays after Jeremy, we're just going to do a little bit of RTA against viewers, but I don't want to have the downtime, so if anybody else wants to redeem, do it now. I will be closing redemptions at the end of Jeremy's replay. Alright, so Jeremy, if you just want to confirm that you're Slick Woo. So we've got C2 versus C3 action. Jeremy, just confirm that this is you, and we will do it. Yeah, only replays today, David. Only replays. Alright, guys. We got some C2 versus C3 action. Slick Woo versus... We're just going to call him No. So No opens up with the Ciara, Jeremy Slick Woo countering with the Molong and the Lulu. So this is all very standard open encounter at this point. No coming back with the Heigang Gani, which is actually becoming very meta as a 2-3 pick, and something that I struggle with quite a bit personally. Now, the Heigang Gani could indicate a few things at this point. It could indicate that there's a Gianna coming, which a lot of times Gianna owners now are taking the Heigang because Heigang is the counter to Gianna. Just like Diana owners will often draft the Diana and the Antares together. The other thing that this could indicate is something like a Okeanos or a Poseidon. You know, you could be looking at some sort of control cleave coming out right here with Savannah as a possible pivot. So at this point, Jeremy has to be very aware that there may be a cleave coming. So Jeremy does come out with the Diana and the Fran. So the Diana pick here, very kind of standard pick. The Fran pick, also somewhat standard. I will say, I did a match earlier on stream that I lost, and I was kind of like, how did I lose that? And I went back over and I looked at my match, and I thought my misplay was picking the Fran as my fourth pick. I thought I boxed myself in, and I think there's a risk that you've done that to yourself right here as well. So that was the same. I did the same draft. Mine lost, and I felt like that where I was weak was that I picked my second sustain unit a little too soon. So for future reference, you might consider going, holding off on the Fran right here and trying something a little bit more aggressive. Obviously this won, or we wouldn't be looking at it, but when we analyze them, we also like to talk about like what could be played differently. So now at this point, no pivots into the Bulwark, which is really an odd pivot because he has no buffs on his own side. Now granted, you do have double buffers, but both of your buffers have skill 2 skills that will do direct heal and cleanse, but not really stack the Bulwark. So the Bulwark here is a very weak pick. And then he goes with the Ethna. So at this point, if you were to ban the Ethna, he's got the Gani Ciara combination coming through the Heigang, which can do a little bit, but there's no attack buff here, so all he's really going to get is some control. Oh, you lost. Okay. Now, the Ethna is a direct counter to the Fran, so the Ethna tells us he's letting the Fran through, but the Bulwark told us that as well. So if I'm you at this point, I'm probably looking at banning the Ethna. There's two ways you can go. You're either going to ban the Ethna or the Ciara, and the reason for that is because he has 3 units that really do no damage. Now, the Bulwark is going to start with 50% damage on something at the start, because it'll have 5 stacks from all the will runes and stuff. So Bulwark's a little bit dangerous, but he's just less dangerous than everything else on this team. You really don't want to give him the Gani, Heigang, Ciara combination, especially with the defense breaks from the Ethna, because he'll just steamroll you. So at this point, you're really looking at the Ethna or the Ciara ban. Now, knowing that you're going to ban Ethna or Ciara, Jeremy comes out with the Daphnis. So I don't know what your Daphnis looks like, but I will say that I feel like this is a little bit of a weak pick right here. You're not likely to scare him into banning the Daphnis simply because he has a speed lead and he's playing a team that's clearly faster than yours. Even if your Daphnis is double Nemesis, he has a lot of single target stuff going on right here, and the biggest thing is he doesn't have buffs. So if he outspeeds you, all of his monsters' will runes will be gone and he's not going to buff himself. The most you might hope for is if the Bulwark does an S1 to strip something, you could take your Daphnis into the Bulwark, but that's not where you want to be. So at this point, I would have rather have seen something a little bit more aggressive intended to either scare and control the team like Cornell or an Okeanos or a Rika, or maybe something that's going to be able to deal with that Ciara a little better. So something like a Fang which can delete the Ciara as long as it has enough HP to take a bomb. The Daphnis here, I feel like he's going to let the Daphnis through, and the problem with him, the bigger problem with him letting the Daphnis through is you gave him a free ban, because now he gets to ban either the Diana or the Molong. which are the two major threats to his team. I would assume he's going to ban the Diana because that prevents you from cutting as well. It gives him free reign with his Hay Gang. So what I would expect to see here is probably a Diana ban on one side and then most likely an Ethna ban on the other, although if you ban the Ciara, I would understand. But I do feel like Ethna is slightly more dangerous here because of the defense breaks. At least Ciara can only do one target at a time. So we wind up seeing the Hay Gang Diana ban. Okay, so we see the Hay Gang Diana ban. So this Ethna goes straight into Daphnis. The Gani resets the Daphnis. The Bulwark actually no longer even needs... Oh, the bomb's just going to delete the Daphnis, actually. Yes, so that's a dead Daphnis. Now, the Bulwark's going to come over here. We're going into the Molong. Now, that Ethna was reset. Okay, so right there, you basically gave up the match. And honestly, you already lost right there, but you said you were trying to get better. So we are going to go back and just rewatch that one more time right here. Where you went S3 into the Vrozar, one of them, I'll take the points from you and you can redeem. Yeah, so you basically gave up, but I will say you didn't need to give up there. So, I mean, you lose this match 99% of the time. I'm not going to lie, 95% of the time, but you do have one chance right here. So, Daphnis is gone, Bulwark is fully stacked, Ethna is, well, Bulwark is no longer stacked because he just took your Molong's HP, right? Right here, if you go skill 2 with your Molong right here, you still have a chance to get stuns. Now, I know there's 3 wind units. I know there's still a will rune up there. So, again, you lose this match 90-95% of the time because RNG has to tremendously favor you. But if you go skill 2 with the Molong, imagine if you get 3 stuns right here, and now the Lulu is going to fully stack your Molong. If you can get rid of the Ciara on the other side, excuse me, if you can get rid of the Ethna on the other side, that's the primary strip. And then you have 3 tanky units, and he has no attack buff. So you've got probably until damage scaling gets to 40% before the Ciara can one-shot you. Once that Ethna is gone, his only source of damage is the Ciara. Now, again, you lose this almost every time, especially if you don't have good artifacts on your Fran, because it's the Fran you're going to need to use to kill the Ciara. So if your Fran has good additional damage artifacts, what you're going to try and do is basically heal the Molong, try and get some lucky stuns, snipe out the Ethna, and then keep immunity on the Molong until he lands a defense break on the Ciara, and then use the Fran to pump in a lot of damage on the Ciara. Well, and I just I want to keep stressing this. You're going to lose this match 9 times out of 10 or more, but you didn't 100% lose right there. So if you do 1,000 wings in the season and you have this match 100 times, that's the difference of 10 wings. That's the difference of 10 wins. And just to give you some perspective, I finished G2 with a 53% win rate. Had I won 10 less matches, I would have been C3 that season. That really is the difference right there. 10 matches lost over 1 is a 140-point swing. I would have been 1750 instead of 1890 that season. Last season, I had a 55% win rate. If I lose 1 more match, I'm C3. If I lose 10 more matches, I'm probably, probably low C3. But yeah, so you get the idea. So those little plays, they can matter throughout the course of the season, and especially in the final month. Going back to your draft, I kind of gave you the draft analysis. I think the biggest misplay you made was simply this Daphnis pick. Now you were losing in the draft through the first picks right here. I think his Ciara Hay Gang Gani was already beating you when you drafted the Fran. So I would have rather have seen something a little bit more aggressive than the Fran right here. But he pivoted out for some reason into a couple of very weak picks with the Bulwark Ethna. I think you did have a chance to catch back up in the draft if you had a better final pick than the Daphnis, basically. All right, so next up we have got, is it Vrozar? Looks like Vrozar is going to be next up on the replay. I saw a lot of people share replays, but the only redemption I see is Vrozar. So, Vendrid, I'm not sure who you are on stream, but we do need to see the redemption to showcase. And then Mr. Walm, of course, we need another 3,000 points. Okay, this is the different match. Okay, so we've got Vrozar. Okay, Vrozar's got 2 redemptions. I see them both through. Okay. So we've got Rosar coming in against a player to be named later because I can't name him. But we've got C3 versus G1 action. So the Rosar opponent opening up with the Molong. Again, this is a very standard open. Rosar coming back with the Escher Diana. Now, knowing your box and your runes, I actually really love this counter. I think this is where the Escher is... it fits your box so well. Fits your box so well. I think the Escher Diana is probably better than what a lot of us are countering them along with being like Lulu Diana. So obviously you do give your opponent the Lulu, but I think the Escher just does more for you here. Now the opponent also coming back with the Kinky. I personally hate this pick right here. Kinky has so many counters that I think showing the Kinky this early is a huge misplay. I would have much, and you see he finishes up with the Vertihile Cocky, so I don't know why you don't just draft the Cocky right here instead of showing the Kinky. The only thing I can think of is maybe he's trying to influence your draft. He's obviously in G1, so he's winning a fair amount of matches. The only thing I can think of is maybe he's trying to influence you into bringing out a Ciara because he's already got the Molong or something, but I personally just don't like this pick right here. So Rosar coming out with the Ethna, which is a pretty decent Kinky counter. The Escher can also work a little bit against Kinky because if you get good artifact damage off these two, the multi-hits can work that Kinky down. Also coming out with the Fang, which is a solid Kinky counter as well. The weak spot of Rosar's draft right here is that he does not have immunity or death prevention. So at this point, you're going to be hurting if you let the Molong and the Kinky both through, and the opponent still has 2 picks left. If the opponent comes out with something like Karnal and Rika right here, you probably lose. You really don't have any way to defend against the Karnal Rika because you don't have any snipe, you don't have any immunity. I do feel like you needed something here. I kind of like the Fang more than the Ethna at this stage. I feel like the Ethna needed to be something that gave you some sort of immunity. Whether, I mean, with the Lulu gone, whether it's a Fran, which still pairs really well with the Diana, whether it's a Veligul, I don't know, some sort of immunity over the Ethna. Now, the opponent coming back with the Vertihile Cocky, this feels like a set comp to me. Because again, all he needs to do is draft any 2 of the 3 of Molong, Karnal, Rika, and he gets a guaranteed win. At least in my opinion, he's going to win that match 99 times out of 100 because he just bans whatever your 5th pick is. Yeah, Ileana would have been great there, Rosar. I would have liked the Ileana a lot more. Because you just left yourself so exposed right here. Like, he just missed a golden opportunity. This is a 99% win if he drafts 2 fire control units, whatever 2 they are. I don't care if it's Belinus, Rika, Karnal, Okeanos, any 2 fire control units. If he drafts them at this point, he wins always. But he doesn't. He lets you off the hook, going with the Vertihile Cocky, going with what feels like much more of a set comp at this point. So if Rosar coming out with the Vigor, which is not a bad pick right here. Vigor is going to give you, now we've got 3 defense breakers, we've got double speed buffs, we've got double sustain. So we're lacking the immunity, which is tough against an enemy team that has lots of defense break and no strip. I like to have more immunity here. But Rosar playing much more aggressively and also relying on the fact that we know that Rosar's runes are really good, so he's probably playing much faster than his opponent. And he has a really good chance to snipe this Cocky out right at the start. Now, on the downside, the opponent is probably going to... I shouldn't say on the downside. So, as we look at the potential bans right here, I feel like your opponent's probably just going to ban the Diana because then he can use the Molong to snipe the Ethna. I feel like you are going to let the Cocky through. If we assume there's a Diana ban, and I feel like we do, then you let the Cocky through because you've got a really good chance to snipe it. You also have a lot of ability to deal with the Kinky. What you don't have the ability to deal with is the defense breaks. So you've got to be playing a faster match here at this point because once damage scales, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. So I think you've got to ban the Lulu and just deal with the Molong snipe. Play a 3v3. Let the Molong snipe something. You snipe the Cocky, and then the Molong snipes something back. But at that point, the Molong can't heal because the Lulu is gone, and you turn it into a 3v2 pretty quickly. So I think we see a Lulu ban here and a Diana ban there. Troy, you're virgin. Okay, got you. So we wind up seeing the Vertihile Vigor ban, so I'm completely off on that. Escher taking turn 1, putting up the speed buff. Ethna burning the skill 3 before the Lulu acts. Does not get the stun on the Lulu. Now Cocky doing kind of a weird skill 2 thing here, proccing the passives of both the Diana and the Fang. Kinky landing the defense break on this Diana. Now Molong playing a little conservative so far because Diana had the shields up. That's a clutch proc by the Escher, allowing us to strip the Cocky. Ethna landing the defense break on fire as well. Fang taking another clutch proc, and that is a deleted Cocky, guys. One Cocky less in the world. Now we're putting a little fluff damage into the Molong, who does snipe out the Diana right here, setting up the 3v3. Another clutch proc. Ooh, reading the attack bars really well. Vrozar waits and puts the Fang into the kill on the Molong. Ethna landing a couple of Despair stuns, and the Kinky unable to defense break either the Escher or the Ethna. That's a violent Kinky, guys. That is a violent Kinky who does get the defense break on the Ethna second time around. The Lulu, though, is hurting right now. Lulu is unable to get immunity up on himself. Oh, the Kinky proc again. Gets the Endure, and we're down to Escher and Fang versus Kinky and Lulu. Fang getting another huge proc and landing the defense break, and right now it's not looking good for the Kinky, who's also got the heal block, another really nice byproduct of the Escher. Fang doing some good damage, unable to get defense broken. Escher artifact damage almost deletes this Kinky. The Kinky, wow, the Kinky procs into Endure. The Kinky procs into Endure, Fang procking pointlessly. Kinky gonna be coming back now, but it is over, guys. It was a clutch proc, but it wasn't enough as Vrozar dropping the Kinky, guys. Vrozar dropping the Kinky. Very nice replay. All right, we got a second replay from Vrozar, and then we're going to have one from Troy right after that, and then I think we have one from Mr. Wong. So, second Vrozar replay coming up here, guys. We have got Vrozar opening up with the Escher again, and then we've got X, because I can't pronounce the name. We've got X countering with the Ryu Okeanos. So very aggressively, show and cleave right here. Got the Ryu, that's 100% guaranteed strip, better than any Tiana in the game. Vrozar coming back with the Diana, which is a pretty standard counter to the Water Ryu, and the Lulu as well. So we're pretty standard right here. Obviously the Escher open is different, but the counter here is standard. Artifacts, Jeremy. You get really good artifacts on your Fang. And lots of defense, obviously. Okay, so X coming back with the Savannah Antares right here. So this is, the Antares is obviously a counter to the Diana. The Savannah is basically relying on a second strip. So what he's told us is that his fifth pick will be a strip. Whatever that strip is, it can be a lot of different things. It could be the Chiwu, it could be the Juno, it could be the Chung. We don't know which stripper it will be. But the fact that he picks Savannah right here guarantees that the final pick will be a stripper. So, at this point, Vrozar feeling more confident to bring out that triple Revenge Verd, just crossing his fingers that the final pick is not going to be a Yogun, presuming that it's a triple Revenge Verd. Also bringing in the Fang. Again, we know the Fang's going to take more turns, and Vrozar's Fang does some big damage. So, X comes back with the Chiwu. At this point, I would expect to see the Savannah go away, because Savannah's the only defense breaker. And then in this kind of draft, you're usually going to wind up seeing the Verd banned from people who are afraid of the Verd. If not the Verd, then it's going to be the Diana. But I kind of expect to see the Diana and the Savannah, the Vertihal and the Savannah be banned. And once again, I read it wrong as it's Antares and Lulu. So Chiwu starting with the strip. We get no proc off the Vertihal, who was on Will Rune, so it's a double Revenge Verd. Oki lands all the control, gets the reset on the Diana, which I think is a really bad play in my opinion. Savannah gets the defense breaks. Chiwu just procking some damage in. Verd does get the counter, gets some crits, and the Fang procking out, putting up the regen as well. So that Diana is deleted. We're in a 4v3 situation. Savannah gets the strip on the Fang as well. The Verd does not get attack broken. Not really consequential right there, I don't think. The Fang is going to drop that Savannah into human form. Oh, the clutch sleep by the Chiwu on the Verd. Now the Escher doing huge artifact damage, deletes the Savannah, and then actually procs and gets to do some more damage onto that Okeanos. Opponent working on the Escher right now, gets all the stuns, gets the reset on the Fang. That's a much better place to reset right there. Fang's attack bar passive is bringing him up, so he might cut the Okeanos despite the stun. He does cut, procking the Ryu, which is a good play right here. We get the defense break up, setting up for some damage off the Vigor. Chiwu with the pushback, but gets countered by the Verd. Escher manages to get a heal and pushes everybody up, so that is a dead Ryu. Escher now heal blocking kind of pointlessly on the Okeanos, and that is the match, guys. That is the match. Very nicely done, Vrozar. Very nice moves. Very nice moving up, I should say. whereas I am moving down, or at least I was on stream. All right, next up we have got a replay from Troy coming up. Troy is Vendred right here. So Troy says, my account's only 600 days old, missing a lot of meta monsters, so be nice. I'll do my best, bro. I will do my best. All right, we got some Fighter 3 action. So Troy opening up first pick Savannah. Now you said be nice, but I will tell you, and I mentioned this earlier, I feel like Savannah should always be a 4th or 5th pick. There's just too many counters to Savannah. In Fighter 3, you're going to get away with this a lot more. But later on, you want to see Savannah used once you've already leveraged your opponent to either go water heavy or to go with a bunch of monsters that are not defense based, something like that. Or, you know, you could be using Savannah in a set comp that has attack buffs. But lacking the attack buffs, I would rather see the first pick here be something more like out of this comp, I'd rather see the first pick be more like probably the Tiana or the Shimate, because you're not giving your opponent any more information than they've already got. But you give yourself more ability to pivot into a monster more useful than the Savannah. What happens if your opponent comes out with like Karnal, Rika, Okeanos? The Savannah now is, you know, not going to do as much because of the glancing. Okay, Potato, we'll get you next. Alright, so with that said, we do have first pick Savannah. Now, Outlaw Fox is countering with the Vanessa Chung. So, Outlaw Fox contesting your speed right off the gate. So, Troy coming back with the Gemini, which is a big part of this. You give a secondary defense break for the Savannah is very helpful. And then also the Bale. So, we're seeing a Bale cleave here, guys. Outlaw Fox, for some reason, deciding no longer to contest speed. Or maybe he was just bluffing. So maybe these are Violent Chung and Violent Vanessa. Maybe it was just a bluff. Pivots into the Lulu and the Karnal. So I gotta say, I'm not sure that I particularly follow where he's going, but it's not the worst draft at this point. It's not the worst draft at this point. So Troy coming back with the Shimate and the Tiana. So we do wind up with double AoE strippers. We've got a single target stripper. We've got double defense breakers. We've got 3 high damage units, really, if you include the Shimate. Pretty well balanced overall comp. So I actually like your comp right here. I think it's a solid comp. The only thing I would do is basically just change the draft sequencing so that your opponents can't prepare for the Savannah as much. Outlaw Fox coming out with the Jamire. So he's got the double speed leads. There's a possibility that this is a max resistance Jamire designed to basically just cleanse everything, but I don't really think that's going to matter against your comp. So for me, I think you ban the Chung. You can give him the Vanessa speed lead, it's okay. The only monster here that's likely to be swift is that Chung, so you're pretty safe to outspeed if the Chung is gone. You could obviously also just ban the Vanessa, but I feel like Chung is a little bit too dangerous and Vanessa doesn't really do much. So for me, I ban the Chung. Now on his side over here, I think he's got to ban the Bale. He does have double cleansers, but if you ban one of the cleansers, then that Bale is going to completely block him off. So I do think he's got to ban the Bale. The other option is obviously to ban the Savannah. So once again, we see Shimate Vanessa. Once again, I called the bans incorrectly. All right, Tiana opening off very fast. Tiana, we get 3 defense breaks from the Gemini. Savannah gets everything except the Karnal. Bale doing some big damage. Drops the Karnal. Not the Karnal. Drops the Jamire and then just completely wrecks this Lulu and the Jamire. Jamire going with the reset, but not able to reset the, with the cleanse, but not able to cleanse the dots as the Tiana drops the Jamire. And the opponent gives up maybe a little bit early because that Karnal could have still done some work. Very nice comp, Troy. Very nice comp. Like I said, I like your comp quite a bit. Obviously, it's just a straight speed contest, but it's a very well balanced comp. Okay, so next up we've got Potato. Let me scroll up and see which replays or redemptions I missed. Some Mr. Uamo's one, Morning Coffee on I owe Mr. Uam one, Morning Coffee one, and Potato one. And then I think we've got everybody. Okay. Oh, you got it, Troy. You got it, bro. Axe, are you getting wrecked the way I got wrecked today? Oh, nice, Dave. Yeah, I know you got one, David. Hey, Tariq, how you doing today, man? Yeah, welcome to my world, Rosar. That's all I face. Alright, so Potato is... I'm pretty sure that you said you were Pro 4-3, but I'm just looking for the message to confirm. Alright, I'm pretty sure you're Pro 4-3 too. Alright, we got some C1 action next up, guys. So, Hen opening up with the Bastet. Potato coming out with the Chung and the Lulu. Now, this is an interesting counter. So, my personal counter to Bastet usually involves a Triana. So, the Chung Lulu is very interesting here because you've got no speed lead. I don't know if the Chung is on Swift, but looking at the rest of your draft, I'm going to say the Chung's not on Swift. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one to see how it plays out. I haven't seen this particular counter before. So, coming back with the Chung Lulu, Hen comes back with the Draco Hertite. So, this is a little bit different. I haven't actually seen a single Hertite all season long. So, this is going to be a really different match right here. But comes back with the Draco Hertite. So, we got double stacks for the Hertite, which is really quite dangerous. Now, Pro coming back with the Praha and the Molong. So, we're very water heavy at this point. Not that it really matters for this type of cleave, but you are vulnerable to illusion. Hey, Brozar, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out on stream. So at this point, you're very vulnerable to illusion. He's got the double attack bar boosters. He has no speed lead. Now, Hen choosing not to go with illusion. Maybe he doesn't have one ruined, or maybe he just likes this comp better. But he comes out with the Odin and the Daphnis. So at this point, Pro is going to be countering with the Belinus, which tells me that you're most likely going to ban the Daphnis and let the Hertite through, which is kind of scary. But you do have some CC between the Praha and the Chung. Both give you CC. You've got some defense break from the Chung. You've got snipe potential from the Molong. Hen's going to ban most likely the Lulu. Actually, does he ban the Lulu or the Belinus? I think he bans the Belinus. Because if he bans the Belinus, you really don't have the damage. So yeah, I think we're going to see a Daphnis Belinus ban right here. And we do see Daphnis Molong. Daphnis Molong, okay. Alright, so Bastet opens. We're going to have fully stacked Lightning Emperors right here. The Odin one-shotting the Praha. The Hertite stealing all the stats from the Belinus. And then practically one-shotting, but Belinus survives by 1 HP. Chung coming back, stripping all the debuffs and landing basically everything. Belinus getting everything also. Those dots are going to hurt, guys. Those dots are going to hurt. Chung with the reset on the Odin. Can this Odin go down? Can we get the Odin down before it takes a turn? I think so. I think we're ahead. Yeah, Belinus is going to one-shot this Odin right here. Squishy the... No! Belinus stunning the Hertite. Oh, that was a great play right there. So stunning the Hertite, pushing back the Odin with the Chung and allowing him to die to the dot. Really nicely played right there. Chung landing some more debuffs. The Hertite is hurting, guys. And even though he stole all of the Belinus' stats, the Belinus is still taking over, and we're 3v1 as Hen is quitting out. Very interesting counter to that team, bro. Very interesting counter. Very nice draft. Alright, next up we've got Mr. Ruam's second replay coming up right here. So, we've got Mr. Ruam opening up with the Molong. The opponent comes back with the Lulu Okeanos, which is very interesting. So, he's showing a turn 2 control right here. Mr. Ruam coming back with the Fran Kaki. So, this is all pretty standard opens right here. Opponent bringing out the Mina, which I do see Minas coming occasionally going after the Kakis. They don't do much against mine because I build mine super thick, but I do see it as a viable counter against most normal Kaki builds. So we see the Mina and the Fuki coming out right here. So the Fuki is obviously a strong counter to the Molong. Also, Fuki can do big damage to the Kaki. Now, Mr. Wong coming back with the Diana right here, which possible counter to the Okeanos, and then the Chow, which is kind of scary to bring into the Fuki, to be honest. But the Chow does work well against the Okeanos, of course. Works well against the Mina as well. So, very interesting draft. I don't think it's a bad draft. I think I might have liked to have seen maybe something a little different than the Diana Chow together. Like, I feel like both Diana and Chow are good picks, but I don't know if I like the Diana Chow together here. Now, the opponent coming out with the Elenoa, that's really rough because there's no way you can allow him to have Elenoa plus Okeanos together, so it forces you to ban one of those two. At this point, what I would probably be inclined to do is ban the Elenoa simply because I think you can expect a Fran ban. And that Elenoa will just take over with the Fran ban. You can survive some Oki stuns, but I don't know that you can survive the Elenoa's turn cycling. So I think we're probably looking at the Elenoa ban, and over here I think we're looking at the Fran ban. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Potato. Okay, so we wind up seeing Fuki and Fran bans, allowing the Elenoa through. Very interesting. Okay, Oki missing the strip on the Molong, which is huge. Mina doing nothing to that Kaki right there. Kaki brings the Mina down to half health, but Lulu gets the heal back up. Molong skill 2 not really doing all that much. Elenoa just absolutely dominating right now. Oki getting only one stun is huge right there, though. Is the Molong going to be able to... No! The Lulu proc prevents the Molong from sniping out, so we got to go skill 1 right here. Elenoa already turn cycling back again. All these debuffs everywhere. The Diana shield is holding strong, though. So far, it's really been a pretty neutral match, but the Oki now getting the reset on the Molong, which is huge. The Molong still with the glancing, not able to land the defense break. Diana now able to go human form and just move right out of the bust. That is a revenge Mina, guys. That is a revenge Mina. Fortunately, the Mina does not stun the Diana, or we would have been in a lot of trouble right there. Elenoa landing the defense break, and then the opponent randomly gives up for no reason. That was still a 50-50 fight, bro. I don't know about that one. I really don't know about that one. That fight was still, I mean, maybe not 50-50. I think you had shown your team was tanky, but that was kind of early. That was kind of early to quit out. But very nicely done, Sarah. Very nicely drafted. Nice builds, too. I mean, you could see the rune quality. You could see he just couldn't damage you. David, really glad you're enjoying the commentary. Let's see. Short replay. All right, so we got replays from Tariq and Axe. And then I am probably going to turn off the command right there. So we'll wrap up with the replays from Tariq and Axe. Is Mina worth building for GVD and Guild Wars? Yeah, especially at your stage of game, David. Mina's definitely worth building. The enemy had no real damage, but he did have defense breaks from the Elenoa. He had turn cycling, he had skill cycling, he had control. I mean, all he needed was one defense break on the Kaki, and then for the Oki to just get his skill 3 up while the Kaki's defense broken. Oh, okay, yeah, yours also Morning Coffee. Sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that. All right, so Morning Coffee is actually first up in line, or next up in nut line. So we've got some C1 action right here. Morning Coffee versus Farewell. That's kind of actually a really nice play on words between the two names. All right, so Farewell opening up with the Lulu. Personally, I feel like this is a little bit of a weaker open. I see a lot of people open up with this. It's a little too defensive because you're declaring immediately that you're playing turn 2. But you also just, you open yourself up to like heavier damage. So Morning Coffee deciding not to play quite as aggressive though, comes out with the Praha and the Fran. So I do like the Praha counter here, right? I do like the Praha counter here. But I don't know if I would have done double sustain. Like, looking at the rest of your draft, I would have liked to see Fang Praha here a little bit more than Praha Fran. So you got some more flexibility, especially because the Fang's not going to benefit as much from the attack buff if you might be bringing him out. All right, so Farewell coming out pure defense now. Goes with the Xingzhe Triana. So we're at this point, we basically have 5 largely support-based units drafted. Now, obviously, Xingzhe can go nuts and do some big damage. Praha can control a team. But there's really no major damage threats anywhere. We just have lots and lots of immunity and sustain. So Morning Coffee breaks the standoff by coming out with the Fang and the Savannah. So I will say I'm not so sure about the Savannah pick right here. The Savannah is going to be a little bit weak to the Xingzhe. Not going to do a whole lot through the double immunity. I know that it's a good attribute here. I like the Fang pick a lot. But I would have liked to have seen a different offensive threat in place of the Savannah. So Farewell coming back with the Tsarian, which is going to give him I don't know about that either. I mean, the Fang passive, it does play a big role on the Fang passive, and obviously you can snipe out the Savannah. But he's going into immunity. You can draft a second immunity unit. So I'm not so sure about this Tessarian pick right here. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And then we have the Cocky pick, which I like the Cocky pick a lot more. The Cocky's a lot more aggressive against your team right here. So Morning Coffee, rather than going with double immunity, brings out the Zhang Fei. Maybe the first person to draft Zhang Fei in RTA all season long. This pick is really interesting because now we've got the additional sustain. You basically have 4 sustain units. You got 2 counterattack units. You got 3 defense breakers. Makes for a really interesting draft at this point. So bringing out the Zhang Fei means that you don't have a second immunity unit. So I do think that there's a chance that you ban the Tessarian to protect your Savannah. I personally ban the Cocky here. I think the Cocky is the major damage threat. And he's got skill 1 defense break versus the Tessa skill 2 defense break. But I could see either of these two being banned. On the farewell side, I feel like you're probably going to see a Fran ban because he's just going to try and prevent you from getting the immunity up so that he can get the stuns from the monkey, which is almost certainly getting through, as well as the oblivions. So I think we're looking at Fran and Cocky or Fran and Tessa. Hey Mears, how you doing, bro? What's going on, man? Okay, so we wind up with Lulu Praha, once again, calling the bans wrong, so it's Lulu Praha. Triana is poorly speed-tuned, very poorly speed-tuned. Triana opens up first, puts up immunity for no reason, basically, and then procs right back out of it. So Savannah going into the Cocky, not able to get the strip, but Fang doing, Zhang Fei doing massive damage to that Triana. That is some serious damage from the Zhang Fei. However, he is now oblivioned, and he is now dead, actually. That was a bunch of procs, man. He procced your Zhang Fei out real quick. Savannah, however, is able to drop the Triana, and then the Savannah gets back all the way through 70% healing with regeneration. We get the defense break onto the Tessa. Opponent is proccing a lot, bro. Your opponent is proccing a lot. Holy crap, though. That was some good RNG on your side as you delete the Tessa with the Savannah. We're in a 2v1 now, guys. The Savannah's HP partially destroyed, but she's not actually dismounted yet. Fran putting up the attack buff. Xingzhe not able to dismount yet, but the Savannah is dismounted here. So obviously you're going to go into... Oh, wait a second. No, don't tell me this Fran solos. Don't tell me this Fran solos. No way. No way this Fran can solo him. Oh, man, and he's landed everything. No, you just lost right here, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. I was like, is the Fran going to solo here? Seriously? Yeah, so as far as the draft goes, the two things for me, I don't like that you picked the Savannah that early. I do really like the Zhang Fei. I mean, he did great damage, nicely built. I thought the Zhang Fei was a good pick. I didn't like the Savannah pick that early, and I didn't like your ban. I think those were the two things I would have changed. Okay, best advice on getting runes that are decent early. Free-to-play player here and newish at the game. So Yogi Bear, what you want to do is honestly farm some R3. Instead of trying to get the best runes out there, get some okay runes and make them great with gems and grinds. That's what I did for my game. You'll progress much faster. A lot of people will say like R3 is not worth it or whatever. That's not true. You take a mediocre rune and then you give it a bunch more stats with gems and grinds, and all of a sudden it's better than a legend rune. So the single most important thing you can do is really just start farming Rift. If you can do R4, that's even better, but R3 is perfectly fine. If you can build it now, go for it, Yogi, but if you don't have B12 teams, you can't really jump straight to it. Okay, so next up, who do we have? We have Tariq and we have Axe. It looks like Tariq and Axe have the final two. All right, so here we go with Tariq's replay. It can drop greens, Potato, but the greens can still go +5. And the hero, I mean, the magic ones can go +5 and the heroes can go +4. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Morning Coffee. You got it, bro. Alright, so now we've got Tariq in some C1 action with some Han action, by the way, guys. We have Water Ryu, first pick, best stripper in the game. Freaking hate Water Ryu. Best stripper in the game. Tariq, I turned it off because I've been doing replays for like well over an hour and I'm starting to lose my voice. So you and Axe, I think we've been doing replays for like an hour 20 and I'm really starting to lose my voice. Alright, so we've got Tariq, or did you get in 2 redemptions beforehand? If you got in the 2 redemptions before I turned it off, I'll do both. There's one. Troy, Potato, Morning Coffee, Ahmed, Frozar. No, you only got charged for 1, Tariq. You only got charged for 1. Okay, so we have got Water Ryu first pick, showing the cleave, and the opponent coming back with a really interesting Kaki and Chung. So the Kaki pick really makes no sense to me here whatsoever. Chung obviously makes sense. You got attribute advantage. You're stealing the Okay, got you. So you wanted to do the other one, Tariq? You wanted to do this one instead? I'll tell you what, bro. I'll do the 2. Here. We'll do the 2. Alright, and then these will be the final 2. Well, actually, no. Axes will be the final one after this. So we'll do your 2, and then we'll do Axes. Alright, so we have got Zygoma opening up with the Okeanos. Not a super meta first pick this season. Oki is still in the meta. He's not a meta first pick, but you do see him first pick sometimes. So Tariq going with somewhat of a set comp, but I do like the double water into the Oki right here. So I like how you twisted your draft a little bit. Coming back with the Water Ryu and the Barbara. So I think this is a really nice counter to the Oki Open. Zygoma coming out with the Ciara, which makes a lot of sense to go with the Oki, and then the Triana. So it's not a terrible draft at this point, but I'm not sure I love the specific Ciara-Triana combination here. It's almost like you're relying on the Oki strip. So Tariq coming back with the Savannah and the Han, and then Zygoma coming out with the Vertihile and the Leo. So this is, it's almost like he knew what was coming, because the Triana didn't make a lot of sense as the 3rd pick, but it makes a ton of sense in this overall draft. Now, knowing Tariq, he probably does not ban the Leo, but everybody else in the game would have banned the Leo, because we have 3 speed scaling damage units here. Obviously, Tariq finishing with the Varisa. The Varisa is a good pick here as well. So, most of us would ban the Leo. I have a feeling that Tariq may have banned the Vertihile, just because I know he likes to play into Leos. But most people would ban the Leo because we got 3 speed scaling units. On the opponent's side, I think the ban is probably the Water Ryu or the Barbara. Depends on if his Vertihile has will runes. So if the Vert has will runes, then the ban is the Barbara. If the Vertihile has will runes, then the ban is Water Ryu. If it's triple revenge, then the ban is the Barbara. Oh, rip Potato. Okay, so the ban winds up being Han. Okay, the ban winds up being Han, and he does ban the Leo. Okay. Barbara getting countered, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, Varisa getting countered does matter, though, as the Savannah gets reset and the Triana manages to put up all of the immunity. However, the Water Ryu is here to strip everything. Best stripper in the game. Best stripper in the game. Alright, we got some pushback on the Ciara. We have, I believe, already oh, that was a clutch stun by the Water Ryu into the Vertihile. We got attack break everywhere. We got the slow on the Ciara. Barbara does proc through the Triana passive, so it had not been procced yet. Now remember, the Savannah was reset earlier. Oki passing off the attack buff. Ryu landing a couple of stuns to go with all the strips. Barbara finishing off the... Excuse me. Barbara finishing off the next monster, and there we go, guys. Like I said, I am starting to lose my voice. But there we go. Very nice draft. Correct ban on the Leo. Obviously, the correct ban on the Leo. Alright, and then we have our second replay from Tariq coming up right here. We have Water Ryu, first pick, coming into the Chung Kaki. So I started talking about this one earlier. The Kaki really makes no sense to me here. The Chung is fine. Tariq going with the set comp comes out with the Barbara Savannah, which again, I think these picks are fine right here. I might personally be bringing out the Verisa here before the Savannah because I don't think you have to lock into the Savannah. I think, for example, you could pivot into Oki or Carnal at that point and not be locked in depending on what the opponent brings. And it gets you a little bit further away from the speed scaling as well because, as you've pointed out, the Han doesn't speed scale damage on the skill 3, only on the skill 1 and 2. So maybe if you were bringing the Verisa here as your third pick, you'd have more flexibility with picking something besides the Savannah when the opponent goes Leo, and that way you don't have the Leo as a force ban. With that said, the opponent comes out with the Leo and the Diana, somewhat standard counters to this type of team. Tariq coming back with the Verisa and the Han, and then the opponent coming out with the Vertihile. So once again, I assume we're going to see the Leo ban since you banned him last time. On the opponent's side, again, I think you probably, this time he knows he's getting Chung and Diana. He knows he's getting Chung and Diana, so it's almost definitely going to be a Han ban. Could be Savannah, but most likely it's going to be a Han ban. So it is Leo and it is Han, yeah. Alright, so Tariq coming out, taking out about 70% of the Vertihile's attack bar. Does the the Vertihile does not go down, so the Verisa is not on a damage build. Diana manages to cut, and of course Ryu stripping 3 of the shields. Win means nothing to Ryu. Barber getting the final shield off of the Kaki. We got the pushback on the Diana from the Verisa. That's some medium damage from the Savannah, but the Savannah procs, so manages to get the kill anyway. Diana transforms, realizes she's still debuffed, and that is GG, guys. That is GG. All right, and our final replay is going to be from Axe right here. So guys, Axe has been dropping today. Axe was up in G2 earlier in the season. He's been having a little bit of a rough run. So Axe is trying to test out a turn 1 team right here. Axe is a turn 2 player normally, but testing out a turn 1 team. So Axe opening up with the Ciara, facing the Molong Icarus. Axe coming back, I think more of a set comp right here with the Chiwu and the Heigang. So again, trying to steal that Heigang so the Heigang can't be used to counter you. Honestly though, when you're using the Chiwu, I don't think you necessarily need the Heigang right here because Water Ryu will also give pushback. So if you wound up with, for example, Ciara, Chiwu, Water Ryu, then you would be countering the opponent's Heigang, but you would also be giving yourself, I don't know, just more flexibility. So I might rather see like the Light Monkey or the Carnal right here. So you go like Ciara, Chiwu, and then probably the Carnal. Let's not show the Light Monkey that soon, right? But if you go Ciara, Chiwu, Carnal, then you get to decide if you want the Heigang or if you want a different stripper. As a matter of fact, well, yeah, you need one of Chiwu or Water Ryu at this point. But yeah, I might draft the Carnal third here. Okay, so the opponent coming out with the Leo Vertihile to counter at this point. Oh, you don't have any other strippers. Well, you've got Aquila. You've got Aquila, bro. And Aquila's going to give you attack buff as well. So, I mean, the Heigang doesn't do any pushback. I personally would use Aquila over Heigang as long as I'm not trying to steal the Heigang. Everybody's got Aquila. Verisa also, you should have Verisa. I think Verisa is a better stripper than Heigang if you're not trying to... like the Heigang, is the main purpose of taking the Heigang is so you don't have to face the Heigang. But Aquila and Verisa both do more than Heigang does in the fight. Just the two that come off the top of my head. Gemini probably also does more than Heigang does in the fight. So that's 3 4-stars right there. Any one of those 3 I would use over Heigang in this comp when I could. Now, with that said, this is the draft that you went with. So now the opponent comes back with the Leo and the Vertihile. And then Axe coming out set comp right here with the Light Monkey and the Carnal, and then the opponent coming out with the Juno. So this is a really well-defended comp against your team. You don't really have a clear ban. I mean, if you ban the Leo, then you're looking at basically the chance of a Vertihile counter into a Molong Icarus. If you ban the Leo, you also have the Juno on the field. If you ban the Juno, then you've got the risk of the Leo Vertihile. I mean, you really just can't leave the Leo Vertihile together. But you can't leave the Molong Icarus together either. So I think he just did a great job of picking against you. And I think the Heigang really trapped you here, to be honest. I don't know, though. I don't know. I mean, but see, he has no immunity. So I feel like if you had Carnal on pick 3, then you might not have had to go with a second stripper. You could have just like pulled a Lulu at the end or something and then banned the Mo Long and taken away his damage. I don't know. He had a great draft against you, though. He had a great draft against you. It was having the Icarus was what was really, you know, the key for him here. So I'm going to assume at this point that you probably ban the Vertihile. I think you just have to try and get the pushback with the Chiwu. On the flip side, I'm going to assume that he bans the Chiwu. So I think we're going to see a Vertihile Chiwu ban. You get the Heigang strip into the turn 1 and then just Light Monkey control and hope the Ciara can drop enough bombs. But that Juno is just going to cause problems for you. So you actually go with the Mo Long and he goes with the Light Monkey. Interesting. Alright, so we got Leo's skill 1, glances both times, allowing... so Leo actually procs, glance both times, allowing the Chiwu to get the pushback. Heigang does nothing here. Juno gets an AoE stun, of course. So Ciara going to bomb the Vertihile does get the stun on the Verd, and then... Oh! Carnal doing some work, guys. Carnal doing some work, but the Icarus getting the heal on the Verd, so the Verd is hanging in there right now. The Ciara getting the proc. Ooh, why didn't you bomb out the Verd right there? So Ciara dropping the bomb onto the Icarus, leaving the Verd alive. We're going to see a little bit of turn cycling coming up right here, or are we? Are we? Okay, no, the Icarus does kill the Ciara. Icarus getting some heals onto the Verd, and then we get a little bit more damage into the Verd, but at this point, yeah, the Verd's going to basically just heal itself back up on the skill 1, unless the Carnal can get some clutch procs. So Carnal coming out with the skill 3. The Verd does get the counter right here. Heigang's getting a little bit of push-up, so he is helping on the passive. But the Carnal now is stunned. The Vertihile just countering everything, and it won't go down. Yeah, Vertihile just turns it. Once you get locked into that Leo Vertihile, you're hurting. So yeah, honestly, Axe, I think you needed to bomb the Verd with the Ciara. When the Ciara got the proc, you had the chance to get the Verd out of there, and then you still were going to be at a disadvantage because he had a perfect draft against you. Like, he legitimately just had a perfect draft against you. There wasn't a lot you could do, and I don't even want to say you got beat on the draft. I think he just had a perfect draft. But I do think not bombing the Verd there was probably just you being on tilt. Because I think if you weren't on tilt, you would have bombed the Verd. Okay, let me get caught up on chat here. Let's see. So what slot do you recommend Chiwu be picked? Jeremy, I would either be picking Chiwu 1st or 5th, depending on your comp. I think Chiwu is not a great unit, but Chiwu is a great unit to enable certain teams. So it really just depends on your comp. Like, I'd rather see you taking the Water Ryu before the Chiwu, because I think there's a lot... Like, if you get into a situation where you can pivot and don't need 2 speed leads, I would much rather have the Water Ryu than the Chiwu. But if you do need the 2 speed leads, then Chiwu makes your second speed lead. But if you don't have the Water Ryu, then you probably want to pick the Chiwu early along with the Ciara. The big thing is Chiwu is generally not nearly as contested as, for example, Ciara or Water Ryu. So you usually don't want the Chiwu picked that early unless it's just what's necessary to enable your comp. Okay, so our Ikaru is hard to rune. So Yogi Bear, Ikarus are hard to rune if you're early game because they need 3,300 total defense. It can be, if you haven't started to do Rage yet and you haven't built your arena towers, it's almost going to be impossible. It does take a little while to build to the Tricaru team. Normally, you're going to need to build 1 or 2 different dungeon teams to get yourself into the B12s and farm for a while before you can start doing the Ikarus. Chiwu 3rd, because no more in Arm Masters. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, guys. I believe we're caught up on replays. I think we might actually wrap stream from there. We're about 4 hours in. I did a lot longer on replays than I expected, and that was like a lot. That was an hour and a half of nonstop talking. So I'm leaning towards just wrapping stream up right there. I don't think we have anything else, and I don't want to start an RTA with viewers session right now because I only have time to do a couple of matches. Yeah, I don't really have any other content yet. Should Yogi focus on defense towers? Troy, I would work on getting the defense tower to at least five for now. Level 5 or 10 for now. Yeah, level 5 probably. You don't want to just focus on defense towers because you can make up that defense with determination runes and other stuff. Like, you really don't want to focus on any one given tower. You want to bring your towers up kind of balanced because it'll give you faster overall progression. And like building the 3300 defense Icarus, if your Vertihile doesn't do enough damage, for example, the team is still going to fail. So you still need your damage towers and the other things, and you still, it's not all about just Trikaru. You still need to build BJR5 and build your other teams and stuff like that as well. So I would want to see the towers coming up a little bit more balanced. All right, guys, yeah, I think we are going to wrap stream up right there because I really am starting to lose my voice a little bit. Let's see what you're lacking in adding Ganny. So I can't see your box without just logging in. Send me a picture in Discord X and I'll take a look at it a little bit later. Go ahead, Mr. Rom. You can ask the question now and then we'll wrap up from there. I mean, honestly, X, if you're talking about turn 1, I mean, obviously I know turn 1 I could play it, but you'd probably be better off asking Ace. Ace is going to know the turn 1 game better than I'm going to know it. So I can certainly take a look, but I think you probably just want to put it in Discord and then ask. Both Ace and I can take a look, obviously. But I think Ace could probably answer the question a little bit. He might see like some things I wouldn't see. Have a good night, Troy. But yeah, the one thing I did see, X, like I said, I just think the Haygang pick was too early. You didn't have to... he's probably going to go back and forth, Rony. He's got some really good turn 1 monsters as well. But he's been playing the turn 1 game for a long time. So the biggest thing is, like, Ace will know what's going to be used to counter his team. Which means Ace will know what's going to be used to counter Axe's team better. And so he knows what the pivots are better. Like, I can tell you what monsters I would build in the core comp, but then once you actually start playing it, you've got to kind of look towards like what's countering you, and you've got to build out your pivot monsters from there. Last time I said it's wrong not to use Arta and RTA, and I said you should make a combination around showing Arta late. I did not quite understand the combination. What do you mean? Give me names. Okay, so Artemeal has a lot more counters now, bro. I'm going to go ahead and answer your question, but I want to pull up one of your replays so we could talk a little bit about like where you could use it. So the Onimushas counter the Artemeals. Your replay is scrolled out, but that's fine. We don't need it. The Onimushas, because you and I play similar monsters, we can just pull off one of my replays. So let's just pretend I have Artemeal, right? Right here, Artemeal's not going to be a great pick. Because he's already got an Onimusha, but something like this right here, well, he's got Artemeal counters here as well. Yeah, like right here, Artemeal would be a much better pick right here. So the biggest thing is, Artemeal's going to be one of the best counters that you can use to all these like high CC teams, like the Chungpong, the Water Ryu, because he's going to give you those counters and despair stuns. So obviously you're just going to build Artemeal the way that you would build him normally. But when you're facing all these heavy control teams, I would be building a comp that's going to support the Artemeal. So without knowing your exact box, I can't say like use these 5 monsters, right? But for example, let's just look at, let me find a control team. Yeah, let's look at something like this. Okay, so we have a Ciara Okeanos open. So coming out with the Molong Lulu right here, this is actually building towards supporting an Artemeal, right? Honestly, the Juno is kind of building towards supporting the Artemeal as well. You could go Haygang here, but I really hate having 3 water that quickly. Or you could go Haygang over the Lulu and pick something else down here. But basically what you want to be doing is as soon as you identify a team that your Artemeal is going to counter, you want to build a comp that's going to support your Artemeal at the end, which part of it means creating threats that you know your opponent is going to ban. So for example, at this point, when I see the Gianna, the Haygang is almost a force ban for most Gianna users. Yeah, I know you don't have them. It's just an example, though. It's more talking about you want to build a comp that supports your Artemeal to counter the opponent. knowing that you're going to draft the Artemeal when your opponent doesn't know you have him. So this is just one example. Heigang is a force ban against the Gianna. Let's use another example. Tariq's replays. You know, if you look at this team right here, the Artemeal would wreak havoc on Tariq's team because of all those revenge despair stuns, the fact that he gives you some healing, tons of resistance. Like, the Artemeal would really counter Tariq's team. So if you have Leo Vertihile Artemeal, he's either got to give you Verd Arda, or he's got to give you Leo Verd, or he's got to give you Leo Arda, and it's going to hard counter him. So beyond that, if you know you're getting 2 of those 3, now you want 2 more monsters that will support those 2. So the Molong Lulu is great for that. Diana Lulu is great for that. Honestly, Antares is not bad in that team because you're going to wind up with... You're going to wind up in a situation where you're going to get the Leo sometimes. I don't know if I would pick Antares into Beast Riders, but I'm just saying, like, the Antares can work well with the Arda. Yeah, so the meta right now, because it's a Molong heavy meta, Artemeal is, and it's a Molong Onimusha heavy meta. So the monsters in the meta counter Artemeal a lot, but not every person is playing the exact meta. So anytime they're playing outside the meta, you're going to have a chance to use Artemeal. Now, I don't think you need the Leo to make Artemeal successful. I think you use the Leo to counter the Beast Riders, and in that particular team, you use the Leo to create a force ban. But you don't necessarily have to have Leo because Artemeal turn cycles on his own to begin with, and then he revenges constantly, so he's always playing. I would actually rather see something that sets up like Strip into Defense Break. I think Artemeal plays really well with Onimushas. I think Artemeal plays really well with monsters like Ethna. Obviously, monsters like Amelia and Tyrannus, anything that gives him a defense buff. I think he plays great with Fang also, because you can have those Artemeal revenge strips, and then Fang can just wreak havoc and provide additional support. Something like an Artemeal Fang Tyrannus Amelia is freaking toxic. So it really just depends on how the draft is unfolding and like what you can draft safely to kind of work towards the Artemeal without committing yourself to it. But basically, the biggest thing I was telling you is, like, just don't forget him, because you told me you don't use him, and he's still one of the best monsters in the game. You just can't use him as a first pick or an early pick anymore because the current meta kind of counters him. But when you get him into a situation where the meta is not countering him, he's still hands down one of the best monsters in the game. So there you go, bro. That is the answer to your question. We are going to wrap up stream from there. I'm going to go get a little bit more water. Guys, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me on stream, and I will catch you all on